Uh-oh. What's good, man? It's your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And we back with another video, or live show, I should say. The TKO prediction show and the TKO debate series collide for a fun night of boxing talk, bro. We got our weekly picks. We got some big news to cover. Shakur Stevenson out here on that bullshit. And then, of course, we got another fire-ass debate, man. Coach from Glove Up Boxing and more. Jay Chestnut. Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez. Who will reign supreme? Let's get it. Be sure to smash the like button as you come in the building as well. If you want to donate to the channel, you can hit that super chat button. You can hit that cash out right next to that wonderful, outstanding, pristine, excellent, great, good, spectacular prediction record that you see right there. That's right, 408 right, only 67 wrong. We 86% accurate with the picks. Y'all know how we do. Run up them likes. Get your popcorn, get your drink. I got my red wine, you know. Let's have some fun tonight, man. My brother just slid through the back door. G5. I see you, bro. What up? Y'all can't see me bobbing my head, but I'm bumping it. Before I turn my camera on, let me get a poll going, because I want to know what y'all think, man. I want to know what y'all think. Let me put this poll up here right quick. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. The poll is up. There goes the poll right there. Kwame already here. Kwame, I see you in the background, bro, but I'm going to do the picks first, so the debate won't be starting for probably about another hour. We usually get the debate started on Thursday around 8:30. You're more than welcome to stay there, bro. Or you know, if you want to hop in the chat, or if you want to you know, just chill there. Whatever you want to do, Kwame, but I see you back there, but we starting the debate at about 8:30 p.m. Central Time, bro. 8:30 p.m. Central Time. I want to see what y'all think on that poll, though. Let me see who we got in the building, and I'm going to address the Shakur Stevenson situation. Everybody be sure to vote as you come in, and let me know what y'all think, man. Shakur Stevenson missing weight is a big deal, not a big deal, somewhere in between. Let's see what we got, bro. All right, we got Benjamin Newsom in the building. What's good? Combat Tool Bag, what's up with you? Daryl DeLoach in the building. Nitty G in the building. Monsa Musa Lifestyle in the building. William Old School in the building. What's good with it, William? Dub right side in the building. You know what I'm saying? Just Do Boxing in the building. What up, Just Do? Salute to you. Kirk McCall's up in here. What's good, Kirk? Not Me up in the building. Josh Sanders. Cedric Smith in the building. What's good? Box Talk 101. Y'all go sub to my brother Box Talk doing his thing over there. And Just Do. And Dub right side. I skipped over them when I went through. But yeah, sub up to Dub right side. Sub up to Just Do Boxing. Sub up to Skywalker. Sub up to Box Talk. Who else we got in the building? G5 Gay. Definitely subscribe to my brother G5 in the building. Not Me. What's up with you? Shout out to Not Me is up in this thing. Who else we got, bro? Robert Singleton and slid up here. What's up, Robert? Salute to you, Robertson. Appreciate you coming. Robert, appreciate you coming through, bro. Best dad ever, aka Mr. Still on your damn chin, Mr. Still your chin in the building. What's good with you? What's good with you, bro? Who else we got in this thing? Brian King, B Falcone in the building. What up, bro? I Karma 123, always showing love. Oh, okay. We got Jay Chestnut. He up in here. He ready. He already popping this shit. He already talking shit to y'all. Jay Chestnut say, who's your judges? No Canelo nonsense tonight. Give a brother a chance. Damn. Sound like you are already kind of making excuses, Jay. Sound like you might be already making excuses, Jay. I'm going to be unbiased, and I believe my brothers Kwame and Ricky Williams, I believe that they will be able to be unbiased as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to cook, bro. You're going to have to cook. Give me 1 second. It's low. It's going slow for some reason. I don't know what's going on, bro. Okay, there we go. Who else we got in here? Of course, I said my brother Kwame is up in the building. Unfocused. He is woman whipped. I'm not gonna use the word he said with the dollar sign. I at least appreciate you putting the dollar signs up there. Mr. Mechanical, what's good, bro? What's good with you, Mr. Mechanical? What's popping with you? Ray Patterson in the building. What's good, Ray? What's up with it, Ray? Salute to you, Ray. Shout out to Ray Patterson in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Let's see who else we got, man. Let's see who else we got in this building, man. Coming through and doing their thing. It keeps skipping on me, man. Give me a second, y'all. It'll tighten up in a moment, bro. I don't know why it always starts this way and then it'll get right. We got Quee in the building. What's up, Quee? I got D-Man Jr. in the building. What's good with you, D-Man? Dank Father up in the building. What's good with it, Dank Father? All right, man, let me get this camera turned on. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson a little bit. Then I'm going to get into my picks. Then we're going to go ahead and get the debate started. Woke, I see you sliding in here. Sheen, I see you as well. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. All right, bro, give me 1 second. Let's get the camera going. There it is right there. Shout out to y'all, man. Hope everybody doing good, bro. Let's see what we got. So 56% of y'all say Shakur Stevenson missing weight is a big deal. 20% of y'all say it's not a big deal. And the other 24% say it's somewhere in between. All right. Well, 20 plus 24 is 44. 44% of y'all tripping. Whoever said it's not a big deal or somewhere in between, y'all tripping. All y'all tripping. Box Talk disagrees with me. He said the 56, 57% of y'all that said it is a big deal is tripping. Well, I'm with the 56%, bro. I ain't going to hold y'all. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I'm with the 56%. And I'm going to tell y'all why before we get into these picks. Bro. So, here's the issue, right? You got to be professional if you Shakur Stevenson. That's the first thing. Like, you get great accolades, right? You get great credit when you go and you beat up a Jamel Herring. People give you your props for the shit. When you went and did what you did in the Olympics, you got props for that shit. You got your top rank contract. You fighting on ESPN. You get all these accolades. When you put on a masterclass against Oscar Valdez, you get your respect, bro. People look up. People like, yeah, Shakur Stevenson did his thing. Some people started talking about putting you on the pound for pound list. And before anybody even try to act like Knockout don't like Shakur, that's what I think of. That's where I rated him before he was doing all that. In our most recent pound for pound list, that's where I had him. That's what I think of the skill set. So don't nobody say that I'm hating or I'm being unfair to old Shakur Stevenson. And I still got, hold on. I still got my first pound for pound list. And guess where I had him? Still right there. Still right there. So the skill set, I think, is impeccable, bro. Like you can't knock how good of a fighter he is, but that ain't what this about. So I give a man his credit, but I'm from the school of I don't get too high, I don't get too low. One Tyson Fury, what up? I don't get too high, I don't get too low. Meaning I will give you credit when it's due, but when it's time to give you some constructive criticism, it won't come from a place of hate, but it's going to be straightforward, and it's going to be honest, and it's going to be true. And the fact of the matter is, bro, you got to make weight. This was supposed to be your first time fighting in Newark, New Jersey as a champion. Not only a champion, a unified champion. And you blew that. And see, when you talking about me, I'm not a casual fan, bro. So I know that you knew that you wasn't going to make weight at least a week ago. That you and your team made a conscious decision. Y'all looked at how the weight cut was going, and y'all made a conscious decision that you wasn't even going to try to make the weight. That's what you did. You made a conscious decision that you wasn't even going to try to make weight. So when you do that, I start thinking about fighter safety. I start thinking about the people with my 20 years of boxing who I don't watch die in the ring and shit, bro. Who I don't watch get seriously hurt in the ring and shit. So my question immediately is, did anybody tell Robson Conceicao's team? He already lost him, Sheena. He got stripped. Did anybody tell Robson Conceicao team so he didn't have to try to cut weight? Was he given the chance to either not fight or to come in at a catch weight too? Come in at a weight that was better than him? Because last I checked, Conceicao is 5'11" with a 70-something inch reach. He bigger than Shakur Stevenson. And he older than him too. TJ, what's good? So did anybody let him know, hey man, look, Shakur, he might not make the weight. If you still want to fight for the belts, you can cut all the way down to 130. If you still want the fight to be on, you can come in 132, 133, whatever the case may be. But we just want to let you know, Shakur not going to make weight. So you do what you want to do. What's up, Robson Conceicao? Did anybody do that for him? Or did Shakur and them keep it under wraps, not make weight, and now you at a physical advantage? Because the bigger guy had to cut weight all the way down to 130. Because he thought y'all both was cutting weight on an equal playing field. Yeah, that's what he thought. He thought y'all were cutting weight on an equal playing field. But a lot of people that's casual fans, they don't know that extra 2 pounds, that mean a lot, bro. That could be the difference in a fight. Shakur is already a big 130-pounder, bro. So I don't like it because it gives you a competitive advantage. And I always tell y'all, bro, Roy Boy, what up? I always tell y'all, it don't matter who it is. The energy going to be the same for all fighters. Catch weights, people having a weight advantage, that's not fair to me, bro. That shit shouldn't exist in boxing. Catch weights, rehydration clause, they all need to go the hell away, bro, no matter who it is. Some people don't want to keep the same energy, though. That ain't how we rocking, though. Shout out to TJ with the $10 in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Real shit. So now you put yourself in a position to where you already had all of the advantages, right? People already think you way more skilled. Now you get to just be bigger, too. But he had to cut down all that extra weight. He had to make weight, and he wasn't given an opportunity. Just like in the Valdez shit, bro. I'm starting to feel bad for Robson Conceicao, bro. 2 of his last 3 fights, you want to talk about getting jobbed, bro? And the 2 biggest fights of his professional career, Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. Look what's happening to this man, bro. Look what's happening to this man, bro. Like, real shit. The Oscar Valdez situation with the fentanyl and the cheating and shit and the scorecards and the judges and all that shit. Then you get your warm-up. Then you go fight Shakur Stevenson, and he don't even try to make weight. He don't even try to make weight. Detroit BC, I see you. Tay, I see you as well. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. 71 people, 47 likes. I know I don't have 25 haters in here, man. I know it ain't 25 haters in here, man. Somebody hit the like button, bro. It ain't even that, TJ. It's that he was fighting a dirty fighter, bro. So he had to fight a dirty fighter, and then y'all know I don't believe in the term weight bully, because fighters supposed to come in at the same weight. But when you got one guy that gets to come in 2 pounds heavier, and the other guy got to make weight, then I think the term weight bully does apply in this situation. So I think it's a big deal. And then if you want to look at it selfishly as Shakur Stevenson, and you looking at your career, it's always easier. You always have more options. You're always in a better situation when you move up to your next weight class as a champion. You can use your belts to position for positions. You can use your belts to get an immediate shot at the title. Now, he happens to be lucky in this situation that he signed the top rank. But will he always be signed the top rank? What if by the time he moved from 135 to 140, he ain't with top rank no more? You can't afford to be getting stripped. You can't afford to be moving up without having a title so that you can have leverage to fight the top fighters and the other champions. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a big deal, bro. And if he said something along the lines, I tried really hard. I tried really hard, but I just can't make the weight no more. So when did you find that out, bro? Like, it's some weird shit going on. Like Shakur, Devin Haney, bro. Like, it's some weird shit going on, y'all. I'm just saying, bro. Like dudes is out here, like, just talking about they might not be able to make the weight no more, and people just glossing over it and shit. Dude literally just had to drop both of his belts. Meanwhile, Tank Davis got a whole lot of smoke. They still give Tank Davis smoke to this day for when he missed weight. But I hear Shakur Stevenson fans, and I'm a fan of his too. But I hear Shakur Stevenson fans, oh, you were going to move up anyway. No big deal. He just win the fight. Long as he win, no big deal. I didn't hear that when it was David Benavidez or Virgil Ortiz Jr. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear those sentiments, bro. I didn't hear people talking like that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I heard David Benavidez being called fat and sloppy and undisciplined and all kind of shit. Tank Davis, same thing. You know what Tank Davis did? At least he tried to come back on the second attempt. Tank Davis missed one time. He missed weight one time, box talk. What 2 times you talking about? He lost his IBF belt on the scales, and then he came and got it back. But he only missed weight one time, bro. Every other time he made it on his second attempt. He only missed weight one time, bro. What 2 times? Correct me if I'm wrong. I only remember the time that he lost the IBF belt, bro. That's what I remember. You tell me the other one, bro. He missed weight on the first attempt against Gamboa, but then made it, to my recollection. But I'm no know-it-all. Give me the other time, bro. Give me the other time, and I will stand corrected, good brother. My brother Kirk says, but this is not because of discipline. How do we know, bro? How do we know? You at home and shit? You at home and shit, you chilling with the people. Chain, what up? You chilling with the people, you relaxing, you doing your thing. And then this happens. And my thing is just move up then, bro. Like, why ain't you just move up? If you was having trouble making the weight and you knew that about yourself, why not just move up? This is what I think happened. I think that he tried to do the same shit to cut weight that he was doing when he was 24 years old. When he was 23 years old. How many times he done fought at 130 pounds? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Percival Mack, what up? So he moved to 130 back in 2020, June of 2020, so 2 years ago. So he was 23 years old. He was 23 years old when he moved up. And I think he just stayed with the same regimen the whole time. I think he stayed with the same regimen the whole time. And when you're 25, you can't do what you did when you're 23 because the older you get, your metabolism slows down, bro. So when your metabolism slows down like that, whatever miles you was putting in, maybe you got to put in more miles. Maybe this time you actually need to hire a nutritionist. So, you know, I don't want to beat up on Shakur too bad, bro, but it's a big deal, dog. It's a big deal when everyone else does it. So it's a big deal when he does it to me as well, bro. Like I can't co-sign that shit. I can't just be like, well, he moving up anyway. It's cool. Nah, bro, we don't. That's not requiring too much. If you can't make the weight that you contracted to fight at, then you shouldn't have contracted yourself to fight at that weight. Because, bro, like, it's robbing the other fighter of an opportunity to fight a 130-pound fighter. So, yeah, Conceicao still gets to fight for the belts. But he got to fight against the belts against a guy that didn't even make weight, that's going to be big, that's bigger than him, that didn't have to put in the extra work that he had to put in, that didn't take the scale serious. And again, somebody tell me where Conceicao was given an opportunity. Where was he? That's the biggest thing to me. Where was he notified? Because now when you don't notify them and you know you coming in big, I can't help but think with my cynical ass way of thinking, were you looking for a competitive advantage, Shakur? Like, why, if you know you're not making weight and you can't make the weight, because he didn't just find out when he hit the scale that I can't make weight. He knew at least for a couple of days ahead of time that he wasn't hitting his marks, that the weight cut wasn't going good. He knew that. So was Conceicao given the opportunity to not have to make that weight? Was he given the opportunity? Did somebody come to him and his team and say, look, bro, Shakur, you know what I'm saying? He's struggling. So Conceicao, you got three options. You can either still try to fight for the belt, but you got to make 130. Just know that he ain't making 130. Or you can fight Shakur. We can, you know, both agree, come in at 134. Since he moving up to lightweight, you ain't got to cut that extra 5 pounds. You can come in at 135 if you still want to fight. Or if you don't feel safe, you know, no fight. Because it's fair, TJ. Because it's a sport where people could die. TJ says, why would they do that? Because that's classless, bro. That's giving you a competitive advantage. I thought people that's all about competition, that want to prove that they the best, I thought they didn't want no competitive advantages, TJ. That's what I'm saying. You say his team wouldn't do that, so is him and his team, they looking for competitive advantages out here against Robson Conceicao? Like, I'm just asking, bro. Like, is that right? If I know I'm not gonna make weight, why would I still force you to make weight? You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I know I'm not gonna make weight, we supposed to fight at 130, and I know I'm not gonna make weight, and I don't tell you shit, so I know I'm not gonna make weight, but I'm forcing you to continue to not drink water. I'm forcing you to continue to not eat, and then you get in the scale and you make weight, and then you surprised that I'm 2 pounds over, and I don't even try. I don't even try. That's okay. Like, are we cool with that? I got you, TJ. I'm just asking the fight fans in the building. Is that something that y'all okay with? Major Key, what up? Says I agree with you. We got to hold everybody accountable for not fulfilling contractual obligations. That's all I'm saying, bro. And as more and more people come over here, you will know, bro. The people that's new in the building, the people that been here, that been rocking with me, they know. They all know. But, bro, like, all that extra shit, bro, I keep the same energy regardless, fam. Like, I don't care about all that shit. And again, people gonna disagree with this, and I'll move on to the picks, but that's where I rank him. That's how cold I think he is. That's how good of a fighter I think he is. So, nah, bro. It's a big deal to me. It's a huge deal to me. But let's get to these picks, man, so we can get this debate started with my brothers, man. We got to get to it, bro. We got to get to it. So we got a couple of easy ones we're going to start off with. I'm going to do the Friday fight undercard. Then I'm going to do the Saturday fight undercards. Then I'll get to the Joyce, Joe Parker, and obviously the Shakur Stevenson Conceicao fight. Then we'll have a debate. My brother Glover Boxing and More coach going up against my brother Jay Chestnut. Then we got Kwame from Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk and Ricky Williams. Both will be judging the debate. And then I'll be judging the debate and moderating the debate. We got about 25 minutes to get through these picks. And I'm gonna do them pretty fast, but it'll still be in detail, and you'll still get an idea why I'm picking everybody that I'm picking. But let's get to it, man. Floyd Diaz versus Juan Martinez, man. This is on the top ranked card. It's gonna be on the undercard. Floyd Cash, Floyd Diaz, Juan Martinez, 6-round, 122-pound fight. Floyd Diaz is 19 years old. Orthodox fighter, 5'5", 64-inch reach, fighting out of Vegas, 6 wins, no losses, 2 KOs is what he got on his record. Then you got Juan Martinez. Floyd Diaz was supposed to fight Eduardo Diego, but that fight is not happening. So they got a replacement opponent, Juan Martinez, who's 18 years old. So two teenagers getting it on. Jay Grant, what up? Jay Grant, what up, bro? 2 teenagers getting it on, but he 18 out of Mexico, 5'4", Orthodox fighter, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw with no knockouts. Now, so Juan Martinez, man, he trying to press you behind his earmuffs. Feet are questionable. I don't know about his power because he got 4 fights and no KOs, but he is only fighting 4 rounders. I believe this is his first 6 rounder. He does jump in badly and he does lean over his front foot a lot, so he's open for uppercuts and he's open to be countered. And I question his reflexes. He don't look that fast. And his chin is up in the air, and he struggles with movement. In his last fight, he struggled with the movement of the guy that he was fighting, and the guy was able to walk him into shots, and that's one of the things that Floyd Diaz does very well. Floyd Diaz, highly skilled fighter, bro. R. West, what up? He's a highly skilled fighter, bro. Floyd Diaz, he can switch stances on you, walk you into shots. He can counter punch. He moves well. He does look to walk you into shots. Look like he got a pretty high ring IQ. I like what I see from him. I do question his power, 2 knockouts in 6 fights, but he showed pretty good power in his last fight, and he got the guy out of there. So we'll see if he's one of these fighters that are growing to some power because he's only 19 years old. But honestly, man, I just think Floyd Diaz is the much more skilled fighter. I think he has better feet. And if the guy that I seen, Juan Martinez, fight in his last fight, made him struggle with lateral movement, I think Floyd Diaz will use the ring very well, walk him into shots, counter him, jump in, get aggressive when he wants to be aggressive, dictate the tempo of the fight. And I got Floyd Diaz by a points decision in that fight. Next fight, we got Bruce Carrington, man, one of the best featherweight prospects in boxing, in my opinion. 6-round featherweight fight going up against Jose Argel. We actually do got odds for this fight. Bruce Carrington is, where'd he go, bro? Oh, he's a minus. They only gave me the KO odds, bro. They wouldn't even give you the money line. So Bruce Carrington's minus 400 to get the KO, plus 275 to get the decision. Then we got Jose Argel's plus 2,500 to get the knockout, plus 4,000 to get the decision. Argel is 28 years old, out of Chile, Orthodox fighter, 5'6", 9 wins, 4 losses, with 3 wins by way of knockout. And he's only been knocked out 1 time, and he's been in tough with some good prospects. ETB, my brother, everything boxing. What up? Dundada, I see you. Frontline, what up? Y'all smash that like button as you come in the building. We'll be starting the debate in about 30 minutes, man. We'll be starting the debate in about 30 minutes. But anyway, bro, Jose Argel, man, look, he been in there with Haven Brady Jr. He been in there with Omar, what's the dude name? Aronesian, who's a very tough fighter. He has lost 4 of his last fights, but he's a guy that they put in there with top prospects to make sure that those prospects is ready to take the next step because he's tough. He ain't just going to fold. He going to come there. He going to earn his paycheck, bro. He going to come in there. He going to earn his paycheck, but, you know, head movement is minimal, basic high guard. Not a lot, not a whole lot there with Jose Argel, to be perfectly honest with you. Bruce Carrington, on the other hand, bro, I love young fighters that can fight on the inside already. A lot of them can't. A lot of them need to be comfortable. A lot of them need that range. They need to be at mid-range. They need to be at distance so they can show off that hand speed. They can show off that talent. They can show off the boxing skills and shit. But Bruce Carrington is nice in the pocket, bro. And he's nice from range. Don't get it twisted. From range, the nice stiff power jab, the counter punching ability. He does look to roll and counter shots. But on the inside, bro, the chopping right hand, the nasty uppercuts when guys are trying to clinch him. I love his inside work. He switches levels well. And you'll hear this from a lot of prospects that we're going to talk about today, especially when we get to Keyshawn Davis. But he switches levels well. He will go to the body on you, go up top, mixes his offense up. I love aggressive fighters that are also good defensively. DJ Black Charm Music, what up? And that's what Bruce Carrington is, bro. Just he looks to be a complete prospect. JRFRM 919, what up? Mr. Mechanical, what up? But we'll know more about him as he steps up in competition. I don't think Jose Argel is the one to test him. And I think Bruce Carrington might get the stoppage in this fight. I think it'll be somewhere round 4, round 5, because Argel is a guy that you got to break down. But I think he'll struggle with Bruce Carrington early. He'll struggle with the jab. He'll struggle with the fluidity and the combination punching. And then when Bruce Carrington start breaking him down, going to the body, getting on the inside, rolling and countering him and shit. Bruce Carrington, the dog in there, bro. He nasty. He mean. He ain't trying to be nice to you. He ain't looking to win on points. He got a pro style already, bro. He looking to break you down, bust you up, and if you can't take the heat, he gonna turn up on you. he gonna really turn up on you. So Bruce Carrington, my pick in that one by about fourth round, fifth round stoppage. Next, we got another prospect, Henry LeBron going against Andy Vinces. I think this fight, I think all the fights gonna be entertaining. And I would never do this, but if you're more of a casual guy, right? If you're more of a guy that, like, you know, you need to see people hitting each other, hitting back, you know what I'm saying? Rock'em sock'em robots, bro. This might be the fight that you go pick up your chicken wings and shit, bro, for the main card. You know what I'm saying? This might be the fight that you go get your pizza. This might be the fight, Slugger Sam, what up? The front line, what up? This might be the fight that you know what I'm saying? You might go get a wife a hug, get a wife a kiss, go see what your son is doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because both of these fighters are back-footed fighters. They like to counter. They like to box and shit. Not a whole lot of aggression from either fighter. For Andy Vinces, he is a plus 350, plus 850 to get the knockout, plus 650 to get the decision. Then you got Henry LeBron as the favorite, minus 500, plus 650 to get the knockout, minus 275 to get the decision. Vinces is 31 years old, out of Cali, 72-inch reach, 5'8". And again, this is an 8-round, 130-pound fight. Vinces is 23 wins, 3 losses with 1 draw and 12 knockouts. Then you got Robert Singleton say it's gonna be lit. So see, he a diehard boxing fan. I'm with you. I think it's gonna be fun for me too. Miami Kid J, what up? Henry LeBron is 25 years old, out of Puerto Rico, southpaw, 5'6", 68-inch reach, 16 wins, no losses. I like the matchup because my knock on Henry LeBron is, bro, you gotta lead, okay? You can't be one-dimensional. Rick Timms, what up? You can't be one-dimensional to where you always waiting to counter somebody, right? He always waiting to counter somebody to me. You know what I'm saying? I like Henry LeBron, though. I think he is a great, very not great because you got to prove your greatness, but he looks to be a very good back-footed counter puncher with some good pop on his punches, good movement in the ring, never gets caught on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Never gets in a situation to where guys are able to force that pressure on him. You know, he's always calm, always poised. In his last fight, he fought on the inside a little bit more. Looked good. Took a little bit more punches than I'm used to seeing him take. And Vinces, Henry LeBron is not going to deter him in any way. This is a veteran. This is a guy that's been in there with high-level fighters like Luis Alberto Lopez, who walked through Gabriel Flores, who's on the verge of getting a title shot at 130. Andy Vinces he lost the fight, but it was a split decision fight. And he had enough boxing skills. He had enough poise. He had enough ability to keep Luis Alberto Lopez off of him. And if you know anything about Luis Alberto Lopez, you know he a buzzsaw, bro. LeBron is his last name, Kirk McCall. His first name is Henry, bro. His name is Henry LeBron, Kirk. Last name is LeBron. So for Vinces, like I said, good boxer with some good skills. His issue is the power is average. The power is average, and he's just slow. I say this all the time. If you're new to the channel, you know, this is an analogy that we use over here all the time. Vinces is somebody that if you're watching him fight, you know what you're looking at. You can see that he know what he's supposed to do. You can see that he has good eyes in the ring, a high ring IQ, and he knows what he's supposed to do in that ring, which allows him to be competitive and survive. He just ain't got that it factor. He ain't got the speed with his feet. He ain't got the speed with his hands. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that. And so guys that also know what they doing in the ring, that also have a high ring IQ, that also know what they looking at and know how to position themselves, but they're faster with their feet and their hands and their reactions. Those are the types of guys that give him trouble. And so I think this is going to be a boxing match. I don't think either one of these guys is going to be extremely aggressive. I got Henry LeBron in this. I think he's just faster with his feet, has better movement. I think he's faster with his hands. I think he has the better power of the two. He's younger, more vibrant, and this is set up for him to hopefully start off on the back foot. But what I want to see from him, the growth I want to see from him, bro, lead in this fight. Lead behind your jab. Get on your front foot. Get on your front foot don't mean you got to boom, just hurry up and get into the inside, but get on your front foot and power box from mid-range. Show that you ain't always got to use lateral movement and counter punch and fight on your back foot. That's going to show me growth with Henry LeBron, and that's what I'm hoping I see from him. So I got Henry LeBron. Unanimous decision is my pick in this fight. I got Glove Up Boxing and more in the building. We will be starting the debate in 23 minutes, man. Coach done slid up in here through the back door. 23 minutes, hit my like button, 108 people with 88 likes. 20 of y'all hating right now, bro. Okay, maybe you ain't hate. Maybe you just forgot, bro. Maybe you just forgot. So I'm not tripping on that, okay? But anyway, Henry LeBron was that pick. Let's move on to Jahi Tucker. I got to get his name. Is it Jahi or Jahi? Anyway, Jahi Tucker out of New York going against Jose Luis Sanchez. This fight right here is minus 2,500 for Tucker to win, plus 175 for him to get the KO, minus 225 for the decision. Sanchez is plus 900, plus 1,400 to get the KO, plus 2,000 to get the decision. 6-round welterweight fight. Jahi Tucker, 19 years old, Orthodox fighter, 5'11", 68-inch reach out of New York. 8 wins, no losses. 5 wins by way of knockout. There you go, my East Coast brother TJ helping me out. Jahi, got you, bro. I hate misspeaking on people's name, bro. I want to say your name right. Like, you got to respect them enough at least to get their name right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sanchez is Orthodox fighter, 5'7", out of New Mexico. 29 years old. I can't even read my own damn hand right. He 11 wins, 2 losses, 4 knockouts, and he's been knocked out 1 time. Look, this guy went the distance with Xander Zayas up at 154. He gonna throw back. He gonna be live. And if you ain't got your shit in order, you will get hit with an overhand right. Just as Xander Zayas, because his mouth got blooded up by this dude. But he lacks, feet. He's a basic high guard guy. So, the stuff that people practice, punching to the body around your elbows, punching through the guard with your jab and your straight right hand, punching around the guard with your hooks and shit. All the shit that people practice on a regular basis, he has that type of defense, that basic high guard, back straight up defense. And so he going to get hit a lot, bro. But he's so tough. Zenith, what up? He's so tough that he's able to last with guys. He's able to do things with guys. And he went the distance with Xander Zayas and gave Xander Zayas some tough moments. As a matter of fact, he's the one, because I've done every Xander Zayas fight that he's had since I started my channel. So I done did like 7, 8 Xander Zayas predictions, bro. And I remember after watching him fight Jose Luis Sanchez, that's when I started saying Xander Zayas got to get patient, bro. He taking too much shots. He punched himself out in this fight. It was Jose Luis Sanchez that made him do that, bro. So Jahi Tucker, his weaknesses that he showed, this is going to be the time where he's going to have to show that he shored that shit up, because he real loose out there. Always moving his hands and, always, forgetting his fundamentals. I think he got the fundamentals, but I think he just rely on his athleticism and his elusivity, because he's so elusive as a fighter with his head movement and his feet. He relies on that so much to where he doesn't bring his hands back to the proper position. So he'll throw a punch and bring his hands back low. He'll put his hands low and do all this shit in front of you and shit. And I'm telling you right now, if you get caught in transition, if you get caught after throwing a combination, because Sanchez is brave. He going to throw when you throw him. He don't give a damn, bro. He will throw his shots while you throwing, bro. He will do that shit. So Jahi Tucker got to be on his A game and have them fundamentals locked in, bro, so he don't get caught with unnecessary shots and make the fight tougher than they have to be. He's good at feigning a lot, and he can throw every punch, and he looks to have good power early. I'm going to go with Jahi Tucker in this, man. Jose Luis Sanchez is just at a disadvantage from a skills perspective, from a talent perspective, speed, but he is tough. So I just want to see how Jahi Tucker fights a real tough veteran level fighter that comes from a fighting family. I believe like Sanchez's uncles, brothers, like it's a lot of them out of that family that fight, bro. It's a lot of them out of that family that fight. So Jahi Tucker, man, he got to. I want to see. So the win is not what I'm looking at, because I think he's gonna win the fight. Do you take unnecessary shots? That's the type of growth I'm looking for. I need that answer to be no. Do you bring your hands back in the proper position? Do you show better fundamentals? That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking for. Coach, text me your email. I'll send it right now. Text me your email. I'll send it right now. I'm doing that fight, TJ. You know I got you. Next fight on this undercard, Keyshawn Davis. Then we'll get to the undercard for Saturday. Then we'll do the 2 main events for Friday and Saturday. Then we starting up the debate, man. Then we starting up the debate after that, bro. We got 121 people in the building. Smash the like button. 128. Smash the like button. We on our last few picks. Then we are getting to the Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez debate. All the parties that are participating are already in the building, bro. So anyway, Keyshawn Davis, Omar, Tienda. Keyshawn, bro, They didn't like Jared Big Baby Anderson, bro. They didn't like Jared Big Baby Anderson. This man is a minus 10,000 favorite, bro. If you're a minus 10,000 favorite, I just think the sanctioning, like, who sanctioned this fight? He minus 335 to get the knockout. He plus 240 for the fight to go to decision. I got it, coach. I'll send it in a minute, man. 23 years old, orthodox fighter, 5'9", 70-inch reach out of the DMV, Virginia stand-up, 5 wins, no losses, 4 wins by way of knockout. 8-round lightweight fight, right? I'd be talking shit too if I was as good as him fighting Omar Tienda, bro, who's a plus 2,000 favorite. Plus 2,200 to get the knockout. Dre's Finest, what up? Plus 5,000 to get the decision. 34 years old out of Mexico, orthodox fighter, 5'7", 71-inch reach, 25 wins, 5 losses, 18 wins by way of knockout. He been knocked out 1 time. He a veteran with 30 fights. He tough. His defense is so damn basic, just like the guy Jose Luis Sanchez that we were talking about, except for he's small and he can't take a punch like that. His defense is taking the steam off of shots. You know when somebody throw a punch at you, you can't get out the way, and you do this shit like some of the fighters do. You turn your head and shit to try to roll with the shot. That's what he do, but he ain't fast enough to do it, so he get caught with a lot of shit. And he be leaning into people. You know, there are certain ways that you should come in. Maybe you come in behind a jab. Maybe you come in behind a feint. But you shouldn't come in like this. That's not the way to come in with your high guard leaning over your front foot, because Keyshawn Davis got a nasty uppercut, and I think that's the punch that's going to stop Tienda, bro. I think it's going to be a right uppercut with him leaning in, and Keyshawn going to turn up on him. He going to knock his ass out. I got this about round 4, round 5, in the middle of the fight. This supposed to be 8 rounds. I'll be absolutely positively 100% shocked if Omar Tienda lasts more than 4 or 5 rounds with Keyshawn Davis. I got Keyshawn Davis by stoppage in that fight. Let's go over to the UK card, man. Let's go over to the UK card. Get the likes up. 114 people, 106 likes. Get the likes up. All right. We're only doing 4 fights. I got 2 women's fights and 2 men's fights that I'm doing from this UK card over there in the UK, with Joe Joyce and Joe Parker being the main event. I'm going to start with Kid Galahad and Maxi Hughes. Kid Galahad, in my opinion, is making a smart decision in jumping up 2 weight classes. He been draining down to 126 too long. It cost his ass in a fight that he was dominating, bro. He was dominating the shit out of Kiko Martinez, bro. He was beating Kiko Martinez's ass until he wasn't. Kiko Martinez closed his eyes, threw an overhand right, and the whole fight changed, and he knocked Kid Galahad out and messed up my damn parlay that day, bro. Kid Galahad in this fight is a minus 225 favorite, plus 210 to get the knockout, plus 140 to get the decision. Maxi Hughes is plus 300 to get the decision, plus 650 to get the knockout, and he's a plus 185 on the money line. TJ says, man, people rocking with Maxi Hughes in this fight. He didn't look good his last few fights. He been on the road, TJ. I ain't gonna hold you. Kid Galahad is 32 years old out of the UK, 5'6.5", 67-inch reach, orthodox fighter, 28 wins, 2 losses, 17 wins by way of knockout, and he's been knocked out 1 time. Maxi Hughes, 32 years old, southpaw out of the UK, 25 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws. He only has 5 knockouts, and he been knocked out 2 times. Maxi Hughes has nice pivots, nice feet. He's a good boxer, no power. He has been, as I said, on a nice run lately. He goes to the body well, and he got some nice little tricks inside to turn on you, throw little hooks on the inside by protecting himself at the same time. Maxi Hughes can fight. His issue and why he got knocked out twice, he was soft to the body. Now, no one's brought that up out of him, but he was soft to the body, and when you go to his body early, Maxi Hughes can gas out on your ass. Kid Galahad had a wonderful gas tank at 126 pounds, and I think moving up to 135, I think that may help him. That extra 9 pounds that he don't have to cut, I think it makes his cardio even better. He switches stances very seamlessly. He doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion, in boxing circles for how good of a switch hitter he is. A true switch hitter, like, will switch multiple times throughout the fight, and he's just as good from both stances. The jab is very active, an extraordinary offensive fighter. But where he gets caught is that since he thinks that he's longer than what he is, so he'll try to pull straight back, and that's what got him clipped against Kiko Martinez. And up until the Kiko Martinez fight, he showed a very good chin. He's nasty. He's mean on the inside. He got good power, relentless pressure, relentless body work. He does not stop throwing, and he likes to switch the tempo on his jab. Sometimes he'll just throw it out to find range for the backhand. Sometimes he'll pop the jab out real hard. Sometimes he'll use it as a speed jab. He'll get in and throw body shot. Kid Galahad can fight, bro. Kid Galahad can fight, bro. He really can. And I gotta be real with y'all. Maxi Hughes gotta show me against somebody against the caliber of Kid Galahad, bro. Kid Galahad has fought better competition. Kid Galahad has risen to the occasion. And Kid Galahad, bro, he lost the fight. I don't want to say lucky punch, but the loss that he did, the two losses that he does have, a lot of people felt like he beat Josh Warrington, bro. A lot of people felt like he gave Josh Warrington the business. If you go back and watch that fight, I thought Kid Galahad edged it too. Then Kid Galahad, he got knocked out by Kiko Martinez in a fight that he was winning every round, bro. Those are the people that beat him and how he lost. Like how you lose, who you lose to, the context in which you lost, it matters. Much guys that are not near as good as Kid Galahad at going to the body, don't have near the cardio that Kid Galahad got. Guys that are not nearly as good as him have turned around and beat Maxi Hughes. So I got Kid Galahad, bro. And he might stop Maxi Hughes. Maxi Hughes is on the run, so I think he'll fight with tremendous heart. So I'm not going to pick him to get stopped, but I wouldn't be surprised at a stoppage between round 8 and round 10. But I'm going to pick Kid Galahad by unanimous decision, bro. I'm going to pick Kid Galahad by unanimous decision. My brother R. West says knockout. Can you please? I think he say please. Elaborate for us. What's a true switch hitter? Because some say just because you switch, you are a true switch hitter. To me, it means somebody that does it multiple times throughout the fight. Somebody that I can't get a beat on. So I can't get a beat on Kid Galahad. Kid Galahad will fight the whole first round in orthodox, then come out in the second round and fight southpaw. Then he'll get in the third round, start off orthodox in the middle of the third round, be southpaw. Then he'll be southpaw in the fifth round and then come back and switch because he threw a punch and got out of position. Like he will switch stances on your ass just because he threw a punch hard and he fell over his foot. And so he'll just turn into another stance. So let's say he jabbed him with his right hand, throw the left hand, but he throw the left hand so hard, his left foot come forward. He'll just stay in the orthodox stance. That to me, so for instance, to me, Terrence Crawford is a southpaw right now, in my opinion, until I see something else. So I know what Terrence Crawford is going to do. I can almost guarantee you he's going to fight the first round in orthodox, change the southpaw after the first round, and then never go back to orthodox. Just my opinion, bro. Moving on, we got Hannah Rankin versus Terri Harper. Terri Harper coming up 24 pounds for this fight. No, 14 pounds. I'm tripping. No. She did fight at 130, bro. I'm not tripping. Because that's where Alicia Baumgartner knocked her ass out. So Terri Harper is coming up 24 pounds to 154 pounds. Be in boxing news, what up? To 154 pounds to fight Hannah Rankin. Hannah Rankin is a plus 300 underdog, plus 800 to get the KO, plus 425 to get the decision. Terri Harper plus minus 400 to get the dub, plus 425 to get the KO, minus 175 to get the decision. It's a 10-round WBA 154-pound title fight. Hannah Rankin's 32 orthodox, 5'8" out of the UK, 12 wins, 5 losses, 3 wins by way of knockout. She's been knocked out one time by Savannah Marshall. Then you got Terri Harper, 25 years old, out of the UK, 5'8", 65-inch reach, orthodox fighter, 12 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw with 6 knockouts. She's been knocked out one time by Alicia Baumgartner. Look, Hannah Rankin has gotten better. She's big. She's fearless. She'll trade with you. And she's been in with some of the best competition you can be in. And she's going to be bigger than Terri Harper just naturally. Now, Terri Harper looking yoked. She looking strong. She looking like she ready. OTB, what up? Mr. Lightning World, what up? Terri Harper, good movement. She got to be careful, though. The way she got caught against Alicia Baumgartner is for some reason Terri, she don't know how to jab and get her head off the line, throw her punches and get in defensive position. Her offense and movement and shit to set up her offense is so nice, bro. Terri Harper can box, but when she get done throwing, it's like a half second to 1 second, maybe even 1.5 seconds, where she's stuck in no woman's land, bro, where she just can't transition from offense to defense. Like she either has to be on defense or on offense. When she's on offense, she doesn't get defensive enough quick, so she gets caught in the middle of exchanges over and over again, and that's why she gets wobbled and shit, because it's easier to hurt you when you get hit while throwing, or you get hit right after throwing. She gets caught in so many exchanges, bro. So many exchanges. But I think she's the better boxer, and I think she's going to beat Hannah Rankin by decision. I think she's going to be faster. She's going to be strong enough. And Hannah Rankin, I think, is going to have a hard time catching up to Terri Harper. As long as she moves, as long as she boxes, she should be able to relatively easy outpoint Hannah Rankin and make her a successful debut at 154 pounds. And she looked like she was shrinking herself anyway to make 130. So I think the muscle, I think not having to cut weight, being able to fight much more closer to your natural body weight, I think that's going to bode well for her chin, her stamina, her confidence, how strong she feels, and it could even help her power. So I got Terri Harper in this fight. I got Terri Harper in this fight. Yeah, you win some money, box talk. You win some money, box talk, if that's what you do. But box talk, I got an 86% chance of being right. Box talk, you got a 14% chance of being right. I'm just saying, bro. It ain't bragging if it's true. You know what I'm saying? It ain't bragging if it's true, and you got to understand, too. You got to understand this, too. Who they want to win. Who's more marketable? The woman with 5 losses that never been a champion, or the woman with 1 loss as a former champion that they've been big up and over there in the UK ever since? So, in women's boxing, are you likely to get a knockout? Point 1. Point 2, in women's boxing, are you who going to win, the A side or the B side if the fight's close? So I don't think Hannah Rankin has any chance of getting a close decision. If the fight's close, they're going to edge it to Terri Harper, in my opinion, bro. And I think Terri is good enough to beat her straight up anyway. So I got Terri, bro. I got Terri all day. Amanda Serrano, Sarah Mahfoud. Unified 126-pound championship. WBC, WBO, and IBF will be on the line. 10-round fight. Serrano is a minus 2,000, minus 165 for the KO, plus 135 for the decision. You got Mahfoud plus 850, plus 1,800 to get the knockout, plus 1,400 to get the decision. Mahfoud is 32 years old, out of Denmark, Orthodox fighter, 11 wins, no losses, 3 wins by way of knockout. Serrano, 5'5", 65-inch reach, out of Puerto Rico, 33 years old, 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. Serrano is much more experienced. Serrano is much more powerful. We all know her for her work rate, good head movement. And bro, like, Mahfoud is out of Denmark, bro. Like, I don't mean no disrespect, bro, but I can't pick you if you from Denmark to beat Amanda Serrano, bro. Like, you from Denmark, dog. Like, I didn't even know they boxed in Denmark. I got Serrano by stoppage in this fight, but what I want to see from her, bro, I need that patience, because I feel like she could have beat Katie Taylor. She could have beat Katie Taylor if she would have stayed patient. The moment she got Katie Taylor hurt, she threw like 300 punches in 3 minutes, bro. You can't win like that. Mikhail Kessler's from Denmark. Okay, they got fighters. TJ, always on this shit. Correcting knockout when knockout need to be corrected. But damn it, I don't care, y'all. I can't pick nobody from Denmark to beat Amanda, bro. I can't pick Mahfoud in this. I can't pick her. I got Serrano, stoppage. Y'all stupid, bro. All right, last 2 fights, man. Then we get into the debate. Joyce versus Joseph Parker. This is I think the bookies got this shit wrong pick. Yeah, I think they got it wrong. Joyce is a minus 200, plus 255 to get the decision. Joe Parker is plus 165, plus 255 to get the decision. Joseph Parker is out of New Zealand, 6'4", 76-inch reach. Orthodox fighter, 30 years old, 30 wins, 2 losses, 21 wins by way of knockout. Joyce is older, 37 years old, out of the UK. Orthodox fighter, 6'6", 80-inch reach. 14 wins, no losses. 13 wins by way of knockout. Joyce is strong as shit. He got the best nickname in boxing because his nickname fits him better than anybody I've seen in boxing right now. His nickname is the Juggernaut. He looks just like the damn Marvel character, the Juggernaut. Big ass chin, big ass head. I think if you hit him on his chin square, you might break your hand. Hell of a chin, bro. Extremely durable. Strong, powerful, nasty jab. I don't know if it's the best jab in the heavyweight division, but I definitely think he got the most powerful jab in the heavyweight division. And he don't stop throwing it. Tremendous work rate. Will break your ass down, and he hit hard, bro. He hit hard. Salute, Bumpy. What up? Then you got Joseph Parker. Good skills, can box, always gets to the top level. Oh, I'm a challenge for a title, but then he just can't bring it home, bro. He can be competitive with some of the top guys. He proved that in his career. Like, he'll be competitive in a fight with Joshua, but then he'll put on a junior fight performance, bro. Then he'll do a Derek Chisora 1, where the fight was like, oh, bro, like, for real? You barely beating Derek Chisora? Then in Derek Chisora 2, he'll hurt your ass and then just let you just survive and shit. So I don't know if it's the dog, the mental focus, but the skills are there. He can be elusive when he wants to. But here's the thing, bro. Here's my thing with this fight. I know for a fact Joseph Parker gonna be on his bike the whole goddamn fight. And I don't know how a heavyweight can move back like that and Joe Joyce don't put work on. Now, I said the bookies got this wrong, and this is where they got it wrong, in my opinion, bro. Because I'm taking Joe Joyce in this fight. And I got Joe Joyce stopping Joseph Parker, bro. What up, Late Show? I got Joe Joyce stopping Joseph Parker. And I don't think Joe Joyce, in a fight like this, where you know the other fighter is going to be on the back foot, where you know the other fighter is going to be in retreat mode, so that's going to make you even more tired. I don't know how the hell they got Joe Joyce as a plus 260 to get the knockout. Like, I don't understand that. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't understand how you, like, at the very least, you got to make that shit even, bro. They got this man, Joe Joyce, a plus 260 for the knockout. He said because Parker never been stopped. Bro, I think Joe Joyce about to do him dirty, bro. I think he coming behind that jab. I don't think Joseph Parker, he pretty elusive for a heavyweight, but I don't see him just getting out the way of Joe Joyce shit like that, man. Shit. Chisora was landing good shots on him in both fights. So I'm sorry, if Chisora can land on you, I think Joe Joyce gonna have a lot of success. Yeah, but he broke him down, TJ. Broke his whole eye, busted his whole eye up. I got a knockout, bro. I got a knockout in this fight. And it ain't a knockout like putting him to sleep. I just think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to be too much. So that's it right there, man. We on to our last fight. Then we're going to get the debate started. Let me send this to you, Coach. Everybody else with links, you can start coming up. Kwame, you can start coming up, bro. Everybody can start coming up. I already got Ricky up here. I see him in the background. I'm going to make this last pick. Then we getting straight to it, man. Let me send this to Coach real quick. One second. All right, there we go, Coach. You got it if you're still in the building. There you go. I just sent it. TJ got Parker. Okay. TJ, we can bet that if you want to. We can bet that if you want to. Just let me know. A little 50 push-ups, you know. All right, cool. So Shakur Stevenson versus Robson Conceicao. Shakur Stevenson minus 3,000 favorite, plus 180 to get the KO, minus 195 to get the decision. Robson Conceicao is a plus 1,000, plus 1,200 to get the KO, plus 1,400 to get the decision. This is a 12-round WBO WBC 130-pound title fight for Conceicao only. Only for Conceicao. Jay Chestnut, you the only one I'm waiting on, Jay. Go ahead and pop up. Shakur Stevenson, 18 wins, no losses, 9 wins by way of knockout. Then you got Conceicao, 17 wins, 1 loss with 8 wins by way of knockout. Conceicao is a good boxer, good lateral movement. For some reason, his head movement don't match his lateral movement, so his head is kind of straight in the air. He relies on his legs for his defense. He has average power. He slaps with his shots on the inside, but he will throw on the inside. Good counter puncher. When he does have good power, it's his long power. It's when he's able to get behind his jab and throw a nasty right hand behind it. His chin has looked vulnerable. He went down against Louis Corey and was hurt bad in that fight. He's a 2016 Olympic gold medalist. Then you got Shakur Stevenson. To me, he's a master of distance, good hand speed. He can fight every single distance that you want to fight at. He can fight at every single distance that you want to fight at. Let me text Jay Chestnut real quick, man. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. He has average to above average power, does Shakur Stevenson. His stoppages that he does get, they come because he picks you apart. Oh, there go Jay right there. Okay, we got everybody in the building. Cool. I'm about to get it started. So long story short, I got Shakur Stevenson, unanimous decision in this fight. I was actually picking Shakur Stevenson to get the late stoppage, but him missing weight like that, it scared me off of that, bro. I think him by decision is the safer pick. If he came in, looked focused, hit the weight on the head, looked in shape, looked nasty, looked mean, like I had him for the stoppage, bro. But the way that he gets stoppages is by being so sharp that he just pick you apart, make you look like you don't belong in the ring with him. I think the missing weight, being in his hometown and shit, I don't know, bro. I can't pick him for the stoppage in this one, but I definitely got Shakur Stevenson winning the fight, unanimous decision. Let's get to the TKO debate series, man. Let's get to it, man. Rules real quick: 3 rounds, 10-minute rounds, 5-minute rebuttals. Nobody cuts the other one off while they talking. I'm gonna keep time and I'm a judge. I got Ricky Williams. I got Loyal to the Game Kwame judging the debate. I got Coach from Glove Up Boxing and More competing on behalf of David Benavidez. I got Jay Chestnut competing on behalf of Canelo Alvarez. So let me get my judges up here first with me, man. Give me 1 second. Boom, there go one of them. Boom, there go the other one. Ricky, what's up, bro?
What's good, KO? How y'all doing, man? What's popping?
Man, chilling, bro. As always, man, I just want you to tell the people, first of all, thank you for coming, man, but I want you to tell the people what you're looking for and how they can get your vote tonight, man.
I mean, I'm looking for the facts. Only the facts, sir. Only the facts, right? And then make sure that you actually answer the questions that are being presented to you as subject matters, and debunking the points. You know what I'm saying? Actually going after the point and attacking it, not just giving your opinion or what you think should matter. That's why I'm at with.
Already. Kwame, Loyal to the Game, Boxing Talk in the building. What up?
What's good with you?
Chilling, bro. Let everybody know what you're looking for as you get ready to judge this debate for us tonight, man.
I always look for facts. You have to speak facts, be accurate what you're speaking about, and also to your delivery and how convincing you are with your argument. So that's what I look for.
Already. Let me get my competitors up here real quick. There go one of them. There go the other one. We got Coach from Glove Up Boxing and More. Coach, any last words to Jay Chestnut before we get this thing started?
You muted, Coach.
You muted, Coach.
I don't have nothing against Jay. Shit, Jay did a good job his last debate, man. I could appreciate a good debate. Shit, I don't have nothing bad to say about the brother. I'm ready to get it in.
Already. See, Coach is playing court, then he gonna get all mean when the debate starts. Okay, I got you, Coach. I understand the play. Hey. Jay Chestnut, what up, brother? How you doing? Welcome back to the stage.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Shout
out to the judges. Shout out to Coach, man. Let's do this, man. Let's put on the show for the people, bro.
Already. You got anything you want to say before we get started, man? Any last words for Coach before we get this thing going?
Hey, man, you told me I'm fucking with a heavyweight. It's time to catch this heavyweight body. You feel me?
Ooh.
Gotta go 2-0, Coach.
I ain't mad at that. All right, let me get the
paperwork ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right,
let me get this coin toss going real quick. Share this whole screen. All right, there we go. All right, who gonna call it in the L, man?
Go ahead, Jay.
I'll go tails.
Tails. All right, here we go. It's flipping right now. It is tails. Jay Chestnut, who going first, man?
Go ahead and cook, Coach.
All right, we got round 1 on Coach. Opening question is very simple. Is Canelo Alvarez actively ducking David Benavidez. Coach is going to argue that he is actively ducking David Benavidez, and Jay Chestnut will be arguing that he is not actively ducking David Benavidez. Coach, you got 10 minutes to cook. The timer starts as soon as you start talking.
All right. Well, yeah, he's actively ducking David Benavidez. And we're gonna just start off with the Rocky Fielding fight. That's what we're gonna start off with. Rocky Fielding, he fought Rocky Fielding in 2018, December 15th, I believe, 2018. Well, guess who else held a belt at that time? David Benavidez. David Benavidez beat David Gavril 2017 in September. He still had the belt when he moved up. So that's number one. Why did you pick the easiest one? A guy who beat what's this guy's name? Tony Sergio or some shit like that. Tyrone Zuidge or something like that. That's the guy you pick. Now let's get down to closer to this time period. Before David Benavidez lost his belt on the scales, we didn't hear anything about I want to be undisputed. That never came out of Canelo Alvarez's mind. But as soon as David Benavidez lost his belt, right, he said, "Oh, I'm going to go on this run and become undisputed." Well, why you wasn't talking like that when David Benavidez had the belt? So you go on this undisputed run, right? And you fight Callum Smith. But before you fight Callum Smith, guess what you did? You went and requested the WBC belt from Mauricio Suleiman that he put it in with Callum Smith. So we punished David Benavidez right there, right? We already punished him. We stripped him of his belt. We let Canelo Alvarez fight for his belt. And then the third thing happened right after he did that. Guess who he fought? A guy who hadn't fought in 2 years and also had lost his last fight against Anthony Durrell. He wasn't the mandatory. David Benavidez was in the number one spot. He wasn't his mandatory. They made him, I guess they made him his mandatory and let him fight Avni Yildirim, his sparring partner. He actively ducked him. He wouldn't fight. They give David Benavidez an opportunity to win his belt back. Okay, let's fast forward to just what we just witnessed. We just witnessed Canelo Alvarez turn down an extra $15 million after he fought, and he lied. That's another thing. He lied. Before I get to the point I was about to make, he lied. He said after the Caleb Plant fight, "Yeah, I'll fight Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez." And what he did, okay, if that's what you're gonna do, Canelo, we're gonna give you $100 million front end money, guaranteed $100 million. Oh shit! Okay, I wasn't expecting that amount of money. And here comes the zone. We're going to offer you $85 million to fight our two fighters, Dimitri Bivol and Triple G, who he said out of his own mouth, "I will never fight him again." That's what he said. I didn't say it. He said that. Right? So he gives up an extra $15 million when he could have competed against David Benavidez. So yeah, he actively ducked him. And now, let's talk about this. This is amazing right here. This was really, really, really funny. Let's listen to this.
Look, he's accomplished nothing.
Oh, what's that called? What do I call that? Let's hear it again.
What do you think? I don't want to fight with Juan Mexico or Benavidez. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But look, he's accomplished nothing.
Oh, so that right there shows when a boxer talks like that, when a boxer says, what has he accomplished? In other words, he too dangerous for me to get in there. I'll get in there with Abney Yildirim. I'll get in there with Rocky Fielding. I'll get in there with them kind of fighters. But what has he accomplished? That's called duck talk. That's what that's called. That's called, that's duck talk. That's what it is. Because now is what he's accomplished. Well, let's see what he accomplished. David Benavidez was the youngest super middleweight champion of all times in the history of boxing. And he became WBC champion twice. Not one time, twice he became WBC champion. So what is this? What has he accomplished? What you mean what he has accomplished, bro? What Abney Yildirim accomplished? Well, Rocky Fielding had accomplished, but you gave them opportunities. So yeah, he's ducking. Yeah, he's ducking David Benavidez as we speak. And I suspect, now this is not a fact, I suspect, because right now David Benavidez is his mandatory, the interim champion, he has to fight him. I suspect that that's not going to happen. I suspect Canelo Alvarez will drop them belts. That's what I suspect. That's all I got.
All right. Strong round, opening round from Coach J. It's on you, bro. As soon as you start talking, 10 minutes starts, bro. You on mute, bro. You on mute.
All right. I was just jotting down my notes for my rebuttal round. All right, cool. Okay. All right. So is he actively ducking David Benavidez? No, he's not. So I'm going to go ahead and debunk a lot of what Coach said, which I kind of prepared for. So it's kind of cool, right? Okay. You said that he didn't want to go for 168. He didn't want to go for undisputed until after David, was stripped of his title. Okay, first off, let's get one thing straight. Both times David was champion, he never got a chance to defend either title. So he wasn't even champion long enough to be ducked by Canelo. He wasn't. That's just a fact. I'm sorry. He didn't have a successful title defense. He still doesn't to this day, right? Okay. So he got stripped in August of the second time after he beat Darrell. He lost it on the scales before he fought Angulo, I believe that was, during COVID, right? The Callum Smith fight, which was, we said, Canelo's first real fight, throwing out the Rocky Fielding fight. His first real fight on the way to undisputed was against Callum Smith. When the DAZN deal got signed by Canelo, $365 million, 11 fights. The Callum Smith fight was hold on, let me see. I got it pulled up right here. The fourth fight in that deal. So what makes more sense, Coach? Even if David Benavidez had still been a champion, you just paid this man $365 million, $365 million to fight on your platform for 11 fights. So what makes more sense? You already had, by the rankings, the #1 super middleweight in the world in your stable at DAZN, that being Callum Smith. And if you don't believe me, Ring TV came out with an article December 11th, which was 8 days before Callum Smith and Canelo Alvarez fought. And I quote, Canelo once again reaches for greatness as he challenges Super WBA, Ring Magazine, and world-rated #1 super middleweight Callum Smith. So he went after the #1 guy, and on top of that, when he signed the deal and decided to go up to 168, Eddie Hearn had already been lobbying for a Callum Smith versus Canelo fight. So what makes more sense? Even if David was still a champion and had defenses, what makes more sense for a $365 million investment? Do I put my guy in there with a young champion from Showtime where I got to go outside to pay David Benavidez to come in to DAZN? Because during that contract, they wasn't going to allow Canelo out of that contract to go over to Showtime to fight Benavidez, right? When you have the #1 super middleweight already in your stable. Okay, cool. Moving on. The Anthony Yildirim fight. Yildirim was actually already, so fact check here, He was already named the mandatory before that fight happened. Another quote of the same article that I just called. It's at the WBC. Hold on, where's the quote? And the winner of Smith and Canelo will be ordered to face WBC #2 ranked Avni Yildirim within 90 days. This article, remember, was published December 11th. Callum Smith and Canelo Alvarez fought December 19th. So whoever won that fight was gonna have to fight Avni Yildirim regardless of what happened. So this whole thing about Canelo chose Yildirim, Canelo did this, Canelo did that. And guess what, coach? The Ring magazine was already in there. When you put the Ring magazine and the WBC together, you get the lineal champion of a weight class, which generally says that's the #1 guy. So Callum Smith already had the Ring magazine.
Brother. Say what you said again, because you broke up. Wait,
what's the last thing you heard?
I heard everything, but I think you broke up. Go ahead and do the WBC and Ring magazine point again.
Okay, so you can't blame Canelo for wanting the WBC title thrown into that fight. And guess what? We done seen other A-side champions do that. We saw Lomachenko do it with the WBC. When he went over to fight Luke Campbell, that was vacant. He picked that up. Cool, okay. We saw Anthony Joshua do the same thing with the Super WBA when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. Oh, nobody said he was ducking. Nobody said neither one of those champions was ducking anybody. So we've seen this done in boxing. And whose fault is it anyways that the title was vacant? That's David Benavidez's fault. So I'm a ducker guy that lost the belt because of his own discipline. Okay, cool. Moving on. So then on the road to undisputed, Billy Joe Saunders was another undefeated super middleweight champion inside the zone stable. Again, another fight that's easier to make than going outside to Showtime. It only makes business sense. So why, even if David is a champion, why would I go outside my network after I've paid this man $365 million to fight on my platform? I'm gonna go outside and pay somebody at Showtime to fight when I got all this money tied up in the zone, right? Okay, cool. And we just seen that the zone and Showtime can't even get a deal done for a Jamal Charlo and whatever my man's name was. So, all right, cool. So I'm gonna go to the second point because I done heard this thrown around a lot. The two fight deal between Showtime and DAZN. Cool. You got Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez on one side, $100 million. You got Bivol and Triple G on the other side, $85 million. Okay. So here's the logical way to look at these two contracts. When you look at these two contracts, in both contracts, you had a 160-pound champion who never fought at 168 coming up to fight. So we scratched the Charlo and Triple G fight out, right? What these contracts came down to is which fight do you rather have? Which fight does more for your legacy? The Bivol fight or the David Benavidez fight? So we got David Benavidez on one side, who is an undefeated champion, right? Actually, he wasn't a champion. So he was undefeated. Lost his belt twice outside the ring, never had a title defense ever, and never really actually fought an A-level competitor, right? On the other hand, we have Dmitry Bivol, who is an undefeated 175-pound champion. He said he chose Bivol because he wanted to go for history, to be the first male to be undisputed at 2 different weight classes. So it seems like if one guy's in your weight class who doesn't have a belt, he can't offer you the same thing as a guy, as an undefeated 175-pound champion on your way to undisputed. Can he? So he chose the Bivol fight. He had to take the Triple G fight because that was just attached to the contract. But the Bivol fight was the fight that he wanted for his legacy. Undisputed at 175 and 168, how could you not deny that he's one of the greatest? He went for history. He went for legacy. Cool. Okay, let me see. So the contract was more about legacy than it was about money. Everyone wants to make it about money, but if you're the A side in boxing, bro, you gonna get that money, bro. Not every decision. We criticize athletes all the time in other sports for staying on boo-boo teams and
2 minutes. 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
All right. We criticize athletes all the time for taking money over legacy. He chose legacy. He took a little bit less money. Can't blame him for that. That's not actively ducking a guy who's not even a champion when you got all the belts. You literally got all the belts. So he don't have really anything to offer you. And who says, and I've heard you say directly, coach, to be the man, you got to beat the best. But judging by the Ring Magazine and the world rankings at 168, he had already did that when he beat Callum Smith. So who died and made David Benavidez the best fighter at 168? Who did that? Because all we looking at with David Benavidez is a guy that's beating up on BNC level opposition, and he looked real good doing it. I give you that. He looked real good doing it. But when he choose legacy, it's he ducking Benavidez. I rest my case.
All right. That's the end of round one. It's on you, coach. You got 5 minutes for your rebuttal in round one to rebut everything you just said. 5 minutes start talking.
Well, the first thing is you can't win a debate and tell a lie. That's number one. You can't win a debate and tell a lie and call it facts, because he actually did defend his belt one time. He fought Ronald Gavril. He won the belt. Then he fought Ronald Gavril again and beat him again. And then he got caught with cocaine. And then he fought Jalen Love. And then he fought Anthony Durrell for the title. So your facts got to be right. That's number one. You can't come in here and not give an actual fact and win a debate. It's not going to happen. Especially when you're dealing with me. It's not going to happen. Right? Okay. Now, you say that, so I guess the WBC president is the one who's lying. And this so-called article that you pulled up is right, because out of Mauricio Suleiman's own mouth, he said that Canelo requested Abney Yildirim to defend the title against. This is out of Mauricio Suleiman's mouth, not my mouth. This is what he said. Now, I don't know who wrote this article, who said whatever, right? How can a person who has not fought in 2 years and lost his last title get a chance at fighting for the title? But and then you have Canelo also saying, what has he accomplished? What the fuck did Abney Yildirim accomplish? What has he accomplished? What has these people accomplished, the kind of fighters who Canelo go after? But we're going to get into that in the second round. But you can't win a round unless you have your facts together. That's all I got.
All right, Jay, it's on you. You got 5 minutes. Timer starts as soon as you start talking.
All right, good catch, coach. That was my bad. I mean, you harped on that one mistake, but cool. Everything else was correct, right?
So that's a lie. That's not a mistake. It's a lie.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jay. Sure. Let him cook, coach.
All right. So let's see. You talked about the Rocky Fielding fight. Rocky Fielding was his first fight. At 168 pounds. How many people do you know? Let's say in this universe that coach live in, that David Benavidez was the number one super middleweight, which he was not at that time in which he was the champion. Callum Smith was still ranked the number one super middleweight, period, right? How many fighters move up out of their weight class and fight the number one guy right off? Generally, it may be some cases, but generally guys like to take a step. And that was his first fight on the DAZN deal anyway, was the Rocky Fielding fight. He fought him after he fought Triple G, the second fight, right? That was only 7 months after the Triple G fight. So you wanted him to go from 2 fights with Triple G and go straight into a David Benavidez fight. 2 fights and go straight into a David Benavidez fight. Okay, cool. And David Benavidez is not even the top guy. So what would have been his purpose? What would have been his purpose at that moment? Since you brought up the Rocky Fielding fight, what would have been his purpose for fighting David Benavidez? There wouldn't have been a purpose. It wouldn't have been. And again, business. So I'm gonna let my commodity, in which I paid $365 million to in his first fight, I'm gonna let him go outside of my network and fight a guy who ain't even been a champion that long, who ain't even been he won in 2017, and he fought Gabriel again in February of 2018. So a guy who's a young champion, I'm gonna go ahead and let him fight that guy on a different network. Come on, what business sense that make, Coach? Come on. So how is he ducking? That's what I'm not understanding. He is not ducking the man. They played the business. He tried his weight because he didn't stay at 168. Remember, he didn't stay at 168. He went back down to fight Danny Jacobs, and then he went up to fight Kovalev, and then he started the undisputed run. So, at what point was he ducking them? Because, like I said, David Benavidez twice as being champion, like you pointed out, he never stayed champion long enough to be ducked. And that's what it is. And hey, the article, who I'm pretty sure people not writing fandom articles, Coach. I'm pretty sure they not. So that had to come from somewhere that 8 days before they fought, an article got published that said the winner, not Canelo, the winner of Smith Canelo was going to be mandated to fight Abney Yildirim in 90 days. I rest my rebuttal, man.
Already. Let's get to the judges. We're gonna go to Kwame first. Kwame, let us know who you gave the round to and why you gave him the round. I'm gonna put the poll vote in the chat. Chat, y'all let me know who y'all thought won too. Go ahead, Kwame. Floor is yours. Kwame, you there?
Yeah, my mic was off on my headset.
All good. Who you got winning that round and why?
Man, this was tough. Coach came out blazing. Brother over here came out blazing, but it's just tough because the rebuttal is what made me decide a round for me, and it was Coach. And the reason that I gave Coach the round due to the rebuttal is because I did say that I judge. First thing I said is it has to be facts. I did, when you asked me, Knockout, that's what I said. It has to be factual. I thought I didn't do the research, but I thought when a brother said that Benavidez never defended his title, I thought that was a little fishy, and Coach went and brought it up. The second part of it also was with the article and bringing up that this was during him fighting Caleb Smith and all that was during the 360 when he got 360 million or whatever the case may be. And brother brought up that the article was from Ring Magazine. Well, at that time when he signed that deal, he was signed to Golden Boy through the Zone, and Ring Magazine's owned through Golden Boy. So when Coach brought up that Mauricio Suleiman, someone that's not direct, even though we have our films about Suleiman is not his promoter, and he made statements from the sanctioned body on what Canelo said and giving him the franchise belt. I had to slightly tip the scales towards Coach the first round.
Okay, all right, let's go to Ricky. Ricky, who you got in the first round? Who you had winning?
First round goes to Coach.
Okay, tell him why. Just real quick.
The reason why, because Jay Chestnut premise was flawed. You can't use business as a reason not to duck. Whether it's under business or you don't want to fight that fighter, or whether it's small risk, large risk, small reward. Either way, especially with Canelo, you can't use the premise of business because he is the business of boxing. Canelo picks who he wants to fight when he wants to fight him. It's what it is.
I got you. So for me, bro, this round was easy to judge because both debaters did such a great job of staying on topic. And so when they stay on topic and they directly talk at each other's talking points, it's easy for me to tell who got the upper hand. So not because it wasn't competitive, but I just love that both of them stayed on topic. And I got some feedback from somebody. But so Coach came out and he said Canelo fought Rocky Fielding when he could have fought David Benavidez. And he waited for David Benavidez to lose the belt before he went on his undisputed run. Jay Chestnut countered that and said David never defended his title, and he lost too quick for anyone to have ducked him. But then Coach pointed out that he actually did defend his title, so I canceled that whole thing that Jay Chestnut said out. That was out of there because David Benavidez did defend his title before. So Coach countered that, killed everything that he said about that right there. Then Jay started talking about the business of the zone, $365 million deal. How Callum Smith was rated the #1 super middleweight. I thought that shit was good. I thought that was real good. Like, y'all know what I say. Like, bro, how the hell can you duck Lomachenko if you fighting Tank Davis? Like, that shit don't make sense. So I like that point. He was talking about what fight made more sense, the in-house fight or the fight where you got to go across to fight the young champion, or in his mind, the young used to be champion. Now, he said Yildirim was already named the mandatory before the Smith and Canelo fight. That's a point that he tried to make. But coach said, yo, the president, Mauricio Suleiman, said Canelo petitioned to fight Yildirim, which is a fact. So whether the fight was made or not or whatever, Canelo was the one that asked for the fight. And he's the one that pursued the fight. So that was another thing that the coach was able to shoot down. But then Jay came with another good point about the WBC in the ring and how Loma and Luke Campbell fought for it, and that's just par for the course. Like, who wouldn't want to put the WBC in the ring on the line if they can to become the lineal champion? So when Canelo did that with Callum Smith, that shit just made sense. But then a couple of things, and why I gave the round to coach, because I did score for coach too, that Jay wasn't able to address. He didn't address Canelo lying and saying he would fight Charlo and David Benavidez. He did address the Showtime and the Zone deal, but not good enough for me to understand why Canelo would turn down $15 million. The Benavidez and Bivol point was very, very strong, but when he tried to compare Charlo to Triple G, this is the same Triple G that Canelo said he would never fight again. So that point didn't move me, because I know Canelo said out of his own mouth he'll never fight Triple G again. So all in all, I think Coach had more counters in the round. I think the main thing that swung in their favor was when he pointed out that David Benavidez did actually defend his title before. And so and I'm not gonna say Jay Chestnut lied, because I don't think he came up here and did it on purpose. But when you misspeak or when you say something that's not fact and somebody does a great job of rebutting it, bro, it's hard not to get in that round. So I got round 1 score for coach as well. We're gonna move on to round 2. And I got some major feedback from somebody, bro.
Yeah, somebody got it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's only happening when I'm talking for some reason. And everybody, I'm gonna mute Kwame real quick. I think that did it. Yeah. I think I'm good. So it's Kwame. All right, let's go to round 2, man. We got Jay's gonna go first this round. This one is a Canelo question, if it'll pop up. Okay, there we go. Is Canelo overhyped, or is he over criticized? So Jay Chestnut is gonna argue that, man, y'all just hating on Canelo, bro. He is over criticized. All right, y'all over criticizing this man, and it is what it is. Then coach is going to argue that he is overhyped, that he ain't as good as people make him out to be, and that people are just kind of riding Canelo's jock strap. So that's what we got for round 2. Jay Chestnut, you got 10 minutes, brother. It'll start as soon as you start talking about it.
Okay. Canelo is definitely over. I'm getting a lot of feed. I can hear myself echoing.
Hey, everybody go on mute, bro.
Okay. Okay, he's definitely over criticized, right? So with Canelo, it's not about what he did. We always hear about what he didn't do and who he didn't fight. That's always the narrative. Who is Canelo ducking next? Who is Canelo ducking next? So I give y'all a few facts since I didn't give enough facts for the first round, right? Okay. Canelo in his career has fought 18 world champions. Former world champions, 18 of them, right? Or current world champions. 8 of which those 18 were undefeated champions at the time in which Canelo beat him. Well, not beat them all, at least, or at least when he fought him. So at this point, right now, in comparison, David Benavidez has only fought one current world champion, one. That being Anthony Durrell, who he stopped, right? Next criticism we always say, oh, he don't fight black fighters. He don't fight black fighters. Well, I count 6 black former or current world champions that he beat. Shane Mosley, no matter how you feel about when he fought him. Austin Trout, undefeated. Floyd Mayweather, undefeated. Kirkland had 1 loss. He fought Danny Jacobs, and then people say he wouldn't have fought Caleb Plant because he had a black style, whatever that means. He had a slick style, but he fought him and beat him too. So there's a criticism going out the window, right? So he decided to fight Bivol, but the criticism of fighting Bivol is, oh, he didn't fight Charlo and Benavidez like he said he was. Okay. He fought Triple G. but he ducked Charlo and Andre. Okay. He fought Danny Jacobs, but Danny Jacobs was past his prime, according to y'all, right? Although, and with the Danny Jacobs fight, it's a lot of people that thought he lost the Danny Jacobs fight, in their opinion, but he didn't, right? He went undisputed, but as Coach would say, he didn't beat the number one guy. To be the king, you got to beat the guy. People say he didn't beat the best guy. They say Benavidez was the best guy, although facts tell us, rankings tell us that Callum Smith was in fact the guy when he started his undisputed run. Okay. Next criticism. When the negotiations first fell through with Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez, it was he ain't gonna fight Caleb Plant. He don't like Caleb Plant's style. Caleb Plant's style too slick for him. He just doing this. He putting all these obstacles in the way for Caleb Plant, but he ain't gonna fight him. He fought him. He beat him. He stopped him. And now what's the reputation? Now we try to kill who Caleb Plant is as a fighter. Oh, he ain't shit. Oh, he cherry picked him. Okay. Nobody ever, and I don't even hear it now. Nobody give him credit for fighting Floyd Mayweather, right? We say he was too young. He lost that fight. But when other great fighters fight other great fighters, we say, oh, the best should fight the best. And when the best fight the best, somebody got to lose. But that's not for Canelo. We don't give him credit for getting in there with Floyd, for daring to be great at 23 years old and getting in there with Floyd. We don't do that. And then we play this if game, because I done already heard it since he done lost to Bivol. So if he fight David Benavidez, he ducked the rematch with Bivol. Okay? If he rematched Bivol, he ducked the fight with David Benavidez. Okay. If he fight Charlo for some reason, then he ducked Bivol and Benavidez. It's criticism after criticism after criticism, but nobody won't tell you he fought Irislandy Lara when nobody wanted to fight Lara. He fought an undefeated Trout when nobody wanted to fight him. Say again? Somebody said something? No? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he's done is always a guy in the way. It's always a guy. And if he go down and fight all those guys, then it'll be, oh, he didn't fight Beterbiev. He didn't fight Zerto. It's always about what Canelo didn't do, or who he didn't fight, or what fights he didn't give us, as opposed to what he has done for the sport of boxing. Definitely over criticized. I rest.
All right. Go ahead, coach. It's on you. You got 10 minutes. Timer starts as soon as you start talking. You on mute, coach. Come off mute.
Come off of mute.
All right, there you go.
Right. So we not supposed to criticize Canelo Alvarez and say he's overhyped. Let's see. Canelo Alvarez won his first title against Matthew Hatt. First title. Real title. WBC vacant title. Then he goes on and he fights Shane Mosley, who was 41 years old. And I'm not supposed to criticize that or say he's overhyped. He fought Austin Trout, and he won the WBC and the WBA title in 2013. Then he fought Floyd Mayweather in 2013, and he lost his belt. Next, who he fought? Alfredo Angulo, right? So he fights Angulo, and then he fights Irislandy Lara, no titles on the line or anything. The fight was really close, right? It was really close. So after that, a real champion, a la, we know what Floyd did. We saw Muhammad Ali do it. But they want to put him on this pedestal like he's one of those guys, like he's one of those great fighters. Usually when a fight is close, you know what a real champion does? They run it back. He refused to run it back with Irislandy Lara, right? So then, now, he goes on, he fights Austin Trout, and then he goes to Josecito. He fought Josecito Lopez after he beat after he beat Shane Mosley. Then he fights Austin Trout for the WBA WBC belt. He loses him to Floyd. He goes on and fight Angulo, then Erslandy Lara, and then he goes and fight James Kirkland. He said, well, Kirkland only had lost one fight. Then he goes on to fight Miguel Cotto. Well, let's have some facts here. Let's get our facts together, right? So he fights Miguel Cotto, but I'm not supposed to criticize him that he made Cotto is for the middleweight title, by the way. He want to make his own division and fight him at 155 pounds. No, not at 160, at 155 pounds. And guess who he calls up next? The Glass Joe of the whole boxing ever in the history of boxing. He fights Amir Khan and make him go up 2 weight divisions and fight him at 155 pounds. But that's a champion. We're not supposed to criticize that. We're not supposed to talk about that. So then, now, let's go to this. It's 2016, right? Boo Boo Andre was a champion since 2013. He beat Vance Monterosian, right? Jamal Charlo had beat Carlos Bundrich. He was a champion at the time. But guess we supposed to be so happy that Canelo's fighting champions. Guess who he fought next? Liam Smith. He went across seas and fought Liam Smith. He didn't fight none of the people that we wanted, the fans wanted to see, who had belts, by the way. But we're not supposed to criticize that. He's not overhyped, right? Okay, let's move on a little further. Guess who he fights next? He fights Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right? Okay, I'm going to give him that. I'm going to say because, Mexico wanted that fight, and that's what it is. Mexico wanted. But after he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., guess what happened? He fought him at middleweight, but guess what happened? Canelo refused to fight Gennady Golovkin, but we're not supposed to criticize that. Remember, I'm threatening to throw the WBC belt in the garbage can, like a la Riddick Bowe. We forgot about that, though, but we're not supposed to criticize that or say he's overhyped. So then he goes on and he fights Gennady Golovkin, right? He fights Gennady Golovkin twice. Then he moves up and he fights Rocky Fielding, right? But wait, why would you do that? Why would you not go and fight this guy who has another belt? Well, let's see who's that guy. Oh, that guy is also Demetrius Andre. You could have became undisputed middleweight champion of the world with one fight. But we ain't supposed to criticize that. Instead, you say, no, I ain't going to unify. I'm going to go fight Rocky Fieldhand. That's who I'm going to go and fight. But we're not supposed to criticize that. We're not supposed to overhype that. And he's not overhyped. So he goes on and he fights Danny Jacobs. He beats Danny Jacobs. Okay? And then he goes on and fights Sergey Kovalev. All right? Kovalev had just came off of a tough fight. Right? And then, not only that, we're not supposed to criticize that Canelo gave him 4 weeks to train. We're not supposed to criticize that. A great champion like Canelo Alvarez? Nah, we ain't supposed to criticize that, man. We're not supposed to do that. But let's go back one more time. Let's go back a little more. We're not supposed to criticize. He's not overhyped. After that first Gennady Golovkin fight, guess what happened? Guess what happened? He got busted for PEDs. But, we're not supposed to criticize that. We're not supposed to talk about that. He's not overhyped, right? With back acne. But we ain't supposed to talk about that, right? He ain't supposed to. He got a 6-month suspension, which was no big deal because he went immediately back in and fought Gennady Golovkin, right? But we ain't supposed to criticize that. After that, he fought Fielding. Then he fought Danny Jacobs. And then he put a weight stipulation, a rehydration clause on Sergey Kovalev. But we not supposed to criticize that. But before he did all of that and fought, before he even went and fought Sergey Kovalev, right? Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Let's say this. He dropped his belt. What? Wait a minute. You telling me that this great champion who's overhyped and who's the greatest of all time and all of this mess that I hear about Canelo Alvarez, he dropped his belt? He dropped a belt and instead said he wanted to take a franchise belt? But guess who was his mandatory at 160? Guess who his mandatory was? It was Jamal Charlo, but we ain't supposed to criticize that. We're not supposed to talk about that, right? He's not overhyped. Guess what? Like I said before, there was another guy, he could have been undisputed. That would have been great, wouldn't it? Canelo Alvarez would have been undisputed in 2 weight classes. No, in the 4-belt era, no other boxer in history ever did that. So
1 minute and 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds.
After he beat Sergey Kovalev, they got a guy who walked up in his locker room and said, "Say, man, won't you fight me, bro? Won't you fight me? You want paid? You want paid? I know. You're a horrible fighter. But we're not supposed to criticize that shit. You understand? In other words, that's called, what I call it, duck talk. That's what that is. A two-division champion. You scared to get in the ring with him. And then you got another one hunting you down, Jamal Charlo. But we're not supposed to talk about that, right? We ain't supposed to be overhyped, right? So he goes on, and yeah, he beat Callum Smith. And like I said before, he picked Avni Yildirim, who lost his last fight and hadn't fought in 2 years. But we're not supposed to criticize that. He's overhyped. Now let's go on to today, right? He gets in there with Dimitri Bivol.
25 seconds. 25 seconds.
Now, every champion you know who's supposed to be great, how he never won a round, but he's number 1 pound for pound, didn't win a round in the eyes of everybody except those judges who we know Canelo got advantage on. Not 1 round, the whole fight.
5 seconds.
The pound for pound champ. You couldn't win 1 round, bro. Really?
All right, that's time, coach. That's time, coach. That's it.
Just an opinion, by the way.
Coach, that's time, coach. That's time,
All
coach.
right.
That's time. That's time.
Go ahead.
Oh, my
We
bad.
good?
I
I was gonna say,
accidentally put myself on mute. Jay, you got 5 minutes to offer up your rebuttal. Timer starts as soon as you start cooking.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and debunk facts since rebuttal round is for debunking fact. You say he pulled down Miguel Cotto at 160. I jotted that down first. So Miguel Cotto had 3 fights at middleweight. None of those fights did he fight at 160 pounds. Not a single one. Actually, I pulled it up. Where's his? He fought Sergio Martinez at 158. He fought Daniel Gill at 157. He fought Canelo Alvarez at 155. So you telling me he brought the champion down when the champion never fought at a full 160? Okay, cool. All right, there's that. You made the point that instead of fighting Rocky Fielding, he could have fought Boo Boo Andre to be undisputed at 160. That's funny. That's very, very funny because he beat Triple G in September of 2018. In 2018, Boo Boo hadn't even become a champion yet. Boo Boo won his belt a month later in October. So Boo Boo wasn't even a champion at that time. So he's going to stick around. Okay, cool. Could he have made it? Sure, whatever, right? Okay. So Cotto never fought at 160. You say the franchise thing with Charlo. It's not like he called Mauricio Sudamine and said, "Oh, hey, put a franchise status on me." Why? Because we never even heard of franchise. They called him up. They asked him for franchise. He accepted. Cool. But you're trying to draw this picture. You're trying to draw this picture like Canelo is doing everything he can to fight these guys. And my question to you, since we're throwing opinions around, is who died and made these guys the best, because we say he don't fight the best. We say he don't fight the best. Charlo has only fought 2 world champions in his career. Who made him the best? Who said he was the best at any? Who said that? That's opinionated. Boo Boo. I don't even know if Boo Boo has fought a current world champion at the time in which he fought him. So I'm not saying that as fact, but I don't even know that he has. So he hasn't fought into that level. David Benavidez has only fought 1 current or former world champion. So all these guys that y'all are saying that he didn't fight, that he don't fight the best, who is, like, by what metric are these guys the best? Like, what metric are we using? And then we throw the opinion that he didn't win a round against Bivol. I don't even know how that even mattered. He lost the fight. I gave him 3 rounds. I said I gave him 3 rounds. But according to you, he didn't win any. So I don't understand. It is still, it's a nitpick game. It's a nitpick game. But then when we look at David Benavidez, we ain't say nothing about David Benavidez when he turned down the Caleb Plant fight, when they could have unified, when he had the WBC and the IBF, and his manager, since we talking about stuff that people said, his manager said we turned down. So where's that same energy? That's why I say he's over criticized. The energy that we give Canelo for what he does not do, that energy is not reciprocated. And I would challenge you, coach, to tell me where the same energy is. Because if the energy for one person is here, but the energy for everybody else is here, then he's definitely over criticized. I rest my rebuttal, man.
All right, coach, you got 5 minutes. Offer up your rebuttal for round 2, and then we'll close the round and figure out who won this round.
You stated another shit that's not fact. Once again, you talked about that Bubu Andre wasn't a champion. Yes, he was. After he fought Gennady Golovkin the second time, he moved up and fought Rocky Fielding, and Bubu Andre became champion in 2018. By the way, just to let you know, 2018, and he fought Rocky Fielding in December of 2018. So that's not true what you said, right? That's number 1. Number 2, you said, why is David Benavidez not criticizing all these other fighters? Because Canelo's the money man. That's why. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. You're supposed to fight the best. When you making $45 million a fight, you're damn right we want to see you fight the best. And what makes them the best? Well, let's see. David Benavidez had to fight 2 or 3 interim fights, bro, to become the mandatory. So, yeah, that's what we want to see. He's whooping everybody. He's knocking them out. He's stopping them. So, yes, that's what we want to see. We don't want to see the Rocky Field hands. We don't want to see that shit. Yes, you asked me to rebuttal. That's what I'm rebuttaling. We want to see him fight people who's going to be a 50-50 fight, not an old 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin. We don't want to see that shit no more, especially when you lied and said that you was never going to fight him again. And you had opportunities to show that you the best by fighting Jamal Charlo and fighting David Benavidez. You can go up and down for everybody else. Why not those 2 guys? Why not Bubu Andre? Why? What's so special? It must be something about these fighters that we want to see. And Canelo don't want to give him no smoke. He don't want no smoke with him. And it's proven over and over that he don't want smoke with him. He ran out of 154. He ran out of 160. Now you got another monster you got to deal with. And what you do? You take a $15 million cut. That's what you did. You took a $15 million cut. So, yeah, Canelo Alvarez is not criticized enough because he don't fight the best all the time like we want. And he thought that Bivol was a cherry pick, and everybody else thought he was going to win that fight, and he got destroyed in that fight. He got beat, and his flaws showed tremendously. That's it.
All right, man, let's go.
Hold on, wait, before the judges, I did get misquoted in that rebuttal. I did say Boo Boo won his belt a month after Canelo won the Triple G fight. I just wanted to make that clear. I did, in fact, say
I heard you.
That Boo. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make that clear.
I heard you. You good. All right, Ricky, who we got in that round, Ricky?
I got Coach. I'm gonna be honest to you, God. This the thing. Like, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Look, hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Right? We watch boxing, dog. We watch boxing, dog. You got to convince me otherwise of what I've seen Canelo do, and you're not. I'm just being honest with you, bro. Canelo moves a certain way, and there's no excuse for this man as he's the face of boxing and fight whoever he wants when he wants, bro. You got to convince me otherwise. You can't say in the first round, right? Say he was moving towards legacy when, no matter what y'all say, bro, Jamal Charlo is a bigger name and a bigger threat and would bring more faces to the sport of boxing with Canelo than Average Yildirim, right? That's just the facts of the matter. So you can't use that on one part of the subject and then use it as an excuse on the next topic, bro. It don't work like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to convince me that Canelo ain't what he is, and like we know boxing, bro. Sometimes you just got to concede around. It's just what it is.
Kwame, who you got in this round? You on mute?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
All right. Yeah, look, man, this shit tough as hell, man. It's a fire round. But I gotta give it to Coach. I think what's going on with Jay Chestnut is that Jay Chestnut is really good in articulating his facts and what his side. But I think the problem is that if someone knows the truth and the truth comes out, it's kind of hard. It puts you kind of at a deficit where you're in a space where you have to kind of have a good enough argument to put holes in what he's saying or debunk it, and it's just not able to do it, unfortunately. However, it's still a fire round. It was still a fire round. I felt like when you brought up that Coach had some things that weren't factual, I heard you out and I was leaning toward you to give you the round based off of that. But then Coach then ahead went and rebutted that in his round as well. And then he just kind of laid on more facts. So it was just really tough, man. But I mean, you doing a phenomenal job. It's just tough, bro. I had to give it to Coach.
All right, for me, man, I thought it was close. I swayed it to Coach because of I never heard Jay address the PEDs. That's one thing. That's a huge thing. I never heard him. I heard him try to attempt to address the rehydration clauses. But at the end of the day, if you fighting at 160 and the man come in at 158 anyway, if it's no big deal, why don't you just fight him at 160? The other thing that I thought was really, really important in the round was that Coach bringing up the fact that Canelo didn't fight Laura again. Coach bringing up the fact that Shane Mosley was 41 years old when he fought him. But Jay had some good points. He talked about how Canelo has fought 18 world champions. I thought that was highly in his favor. He talked about him fighting Daniel Jacobs, how he went for undisputed, how he don't get credit for the Floyd fight, how who made Charlo, how Canelo can make no one happy. Bivol, Charlo, Benavidez, whoever he don't fight out of those three, they're gonna say he ducking the other one. He also said it's always about what he didn't do instead of focusing on what he did do. But the main thing, like Jay did a great job of addressing every point that Coach was making, but I slightly edged it to Coach just simply off of if he would have gave me something with the PEDs, like I think somebody like the hair follicle testing or something like that to combat the PEDs, I think that would have I think I could have edged it to Jay Chestnut, but he didn't have. That's a really strong point. Like someone being over criticized but testing positive for a banned substance while also still being able to be champion and having no real consequences, other than a 6-month suspension, which he basically fights every 6 months anyway. I think that's a point that needed to be addressed. I think it needed to be rebutted. But it's just one of those rounds, bro. If I'm being real, I just think it's hard. If somebody knows all their facts, bro, it's hard to win that round in favor of Canelo just because of all the things that that Coach alluded to. So I gave it to Coach too, Jay. I don't want you to get discouraged, man. It's a good debate. It's just, it's hard because Coach is coming with a lot of information that I'm not hearing you rebuttal, bro. And like I said, just to try to make people better and know what I'm listening to and what I expect of the judges and the debaters, that PED shit, man, that was a strong ass point. I just didn't hear you come at that shit in any way. So that's why I gave it to Coach.
And
We'll move on.
let me say something, bro. Let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, Coach.
I didn't even bring up in the first round. You know, I didn't even bring up why he ducking. He made the statement, "I'm not fighting no Mexicans." Bro, what champion does that? What world champion?
Let's go to round 3, Coach. If you ain't say it in the round, you ain't say it in the round. It ain't really. And then, hey Kevin, bro, like Kevin, if you don't like it, bro, you can dip. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to you, but I didn't hear you when we was over here arguing Loma and Devin Haney. I didn't hear you calling the shit biased, bro. Just because you a fan of the fighter or whatever, you know. Don't get mad if you want to participate. Everyone can participate, but don't take shots and throw slugs and shit if you ain't willing to step up here and show people how it's done. If you want to show people how it's done, why don't you shoot me an email and you can be a judge? Other than that, enjoy the show and quit throwing rocks, bro. Real shit. But anyway, let's get to round 3, man. We got this one is the one that we always like to do at the end of the debate. If they fight, because this is what people want, right? And I got some feedback. Everybody go on mute, man. If they fight, because everybody want to see Canelo and David Benavidez fight. If they fight, who will win the fight? And why would they win the fight? We're going to go with Coach first because he went last in the second round. So it's on him to go first. Coach, you got to tell us why David Benavidez is going to win this fight, man.
Because it's what have you done for me lately? That's why. Because we saw Canelo just get his ass tore up by a bigger fighter, a taller fighter who's 6'1", 6'2". We saw him get beat up. We saw him get on the ropes, gas out, and we saw him get destroyed, right? A fighter, and that wasn't even real high volume compared to what David Benavidez would do him. It ain't even close. Now, we also saw Canelo in this last fight with a 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin who he should have stopped. Now, he outpointed him. I'll give him that. But we saw towards the end of the round, Golovkin started stepping to him. And we saw him getting hit with a lot of shit. And going in there with the high guard against David Benavidez, it won't be good. His jab is long and strong, and he hits very, very hard. He got super fast hands, and if you get in the high guard, he's not going to stop punching. He's going to continue to punch, and he's just like Errol Spence. He gets stronger as the fight goes on. He probably doubles Canelo's output in each round. Now Canelo Alvarez's output has gone down since the last fights that he had with Gennady Golovkin. That was proven the other day. Per fight, his punch output goes down. His feet are super slow. David Benavidez is longer, faster, has a hard jab, and we saw Gennady Golovkin using that jab to pop his head back all night long. We saw that. But you're gonna have that and about 10 other punches coming with David Benavidez. He's gonna control distance because that's how you beat an Reynoso fighter. You control the distance with your jab and you move your feet. Well, this ain't gonna have to be that way with David Benavidez because he's longer, he punches harder, and Canelo's gonna have to respect. And he goes down to the body. He throws an extreme amount of punches. And if you get tired, Canelo Alvarez is going to get stopped in this fight. Like he got tired in the last 2 fights. If he gets tired against David Benavidez, this fight will end in about the 8th or 9th round because of the fact that David Benavidez don't stop throwing punches the whole fight. And Canelo is not used to that. Canelo's used to walking guys down, taking his time, doing what he wants, and exploding on them. Well, you can't explode on somebody who starts fast from round 1 to round 12 and continue to pound on you and control the distance with his jab and his straight right hand and going down to the body. So I don't see Canelo having anything for David Benavidez, especially at this point in his career from what we've seen lately. He looks terrible. I'm just keeping it 100 and that's why I got David Benavidez beating him. I got David Benavidez beating him, and it won't be hard. It won't be hard because of his height. Yeah, we seen him go and walk through Callum Smith because they were terrified. We saw him go through Caleb Plant because Caleb Plant can't bust a grape if he's standing on it. We saw him, and he was terrified. We heard him in the ring. I could box a little bit, can I? Well, you're not getting that from David Benavidez. He's a true warrior, and he's going to beat Canelo Alvarez. That's it.
On you, Jay. You got 10 minutes, bro.
All right. Well, all right. That was a good round. Okay. So David Benavidez will not beat Canelo Alvarez. Why? One of the biggest things is because of the experience at this level, man. Like when you look, like I appreciate, like when you look at the eye test, because all we're going on with David Benavidez is his eye test, and he's beating up BNC level guys, but that's what the eye test is against. He hasn't been in there with anyone of the caliber, the talent of a Canelo Alvarez. That's just what it is. The counter punching, the slick upper body movement. Okay, yeah, his feet may be slow, cool, but there are a couple things technically that David does that will allow Canelo openings. Like when he gets somebody on the ropes and he thinks it's vulnerable, he starts to square up. When he's throwing a lot of punches, he generally don't get his hands back to where they need to be defensively. He don't move his head off a center line. And that's all a counter puncher need, is a stationary, flat-footed guy. Now, he's going to walk forward. I'm not saying he's stationary as in he doesn't move, but he moves in straight lines. He's moving front, back, side to side to try to cut the ring off. However, he's squaring up while he's walking guys down, right? So that opens up those body shots. That opens up those counter shots when he's throwing those 5 and 6 punch combinations, right? So level of competition has to matter when you talk about beating somebody like Canelo Alvarez, right? It has to, right? So then when you think about the punches that he throws, body shots matter. And I think that's where Canelo is going to really take advantage of Benavidez, is when he starts to throw those body shots. And later on in those rounds, he's not going to have those 80, 90 punch rounds like he may have in the first 3 or 4 rounds. Because in the first 3 or 4 rounds, he coming. But as Canelo slowly breaks him down, it's going to make him more cautious. And when you got a skilled counter puncher in front of you as a volume puncher, you have to think. Look at the first Triple G fight, because I think Triple G is the best comparison as to what will happen in this fight. First fight, Triple G didn't really start getting going until, let's say, the 4th round, when he really started putting it on Canelo, right? And start coming towards Canelo with the activity. So you brought up activity. You brought up that he gonna throw too many punches. Okay. So I pulled up the numbers from the second fight, right? From the second fight against Triple G, in which that fight they threw, let's see. So the second fight, Canelo threw 52 punches a round through a 12-round fight. And that's upholding against Triple G, who Triple G threw 73 punches per round in that fight, right? The first fight, Canelo only threw 505 total punches, 272 power punches, right? He upped the ante in the second fight, knowing that he had to beat Triple G at his pace to win the second fight. In the second fight, he threw 622 total punches. He threw 366 power punches, and he landed 46 body shots to start to slow down Triple G. We say he gassed out. He can't handle the activity. In the second half, round 7 to 12 against Triple G, these were the punch stats for Canelo: 23 for 63, 36%. 16 of 51, 31%. 17 of 61, 28%. 20 of 56, 38%. And these are total punches, by the way. 18 of 45, 40%. 21 of 64, which was a fight high for him in the 12th round, 33%. Right? Now, you say he can't handle the activity of David Benavidez. Let me tell you what Triple G did in those same rounds as far as how many punches he threw at Canelo. Round 7, he threw 72 punches. Round 8, he threw 82 punches. Round 9, he threw 80 punches. Round 10, he threw 83 punches. Round 11, he threw 75 punches. And in round 12, he threw a fight high 89 punches. So to tell me that he cannot withstand the pressure on the activity of a David Benavidez, The numbers showed it. That's not true. Men lie, women lie. Numbers do not lie. They don't lie. So he did what he had to do activity-wise to make sure that he won. The second Triple G fight. And I already told you, he only threw 42 punches around in the first fight. I pulled up some fight stats from other fights. Against Lara, to show that he can up his ante when he has to. Against Lara, he only threw 35 punches around. Against Trout, he only threw 36 punches per round. Against Callum Smith, he only threw 41 per round. Against Cotto, he threw 40 per round. Against Caleb Plant, he threw 32 per round. And those are generally slower paced fighters. So when he had to fight a faster pace, he fought a faster pace. He fought at Gennady Golovkin's pace, and he beat him. So what would make me think when David Benavidez has not been in the ring with a guy the level of Canelo has seen something close to what Benavidez is. Now, Triple G's size is a little different, but he's a high volume guy. He's coming to get you. He has a very stiff jab, as we saw in all three fights, because he kept killing Canelo with the jab. I won't say killing, but he kept hitting him repeatedly with the jab. So we saw him deal with a guy that was a bigger guy that we thought was going to control range with his jab, which he threw a lot of jabs and he landed a lot of jabs. But didn't David Benavidez get dropped against Ronald Gabriel? In the second fight, he didn't have that same activity. He stayed on the outside. He maneuvered the outside of the ring, and he boxed his way to a unanimous decision victory. You know what I'm saying? So we saw him change up his approach in the second fight with Ronald Gabriel when he was faced with a threat that he knew could beat him. All the rest of the guys, you can't make an argument that any guy on that resume was that David Benavidez was like, oh man, there's a threat. But we saw the difference in the Ronald Gabriel fight with how close that fight was and him being dropped in the 12th round of that fight. So when we say Canelo ain't never been stopped, he ain't never been dropped. So I don't know how we think that he gonna get stopped. I'm not sure where that came from. But we've seen him in a fight where he's had to up the ante with his activity and with his volume. But we just assume that David Benavidez is going to come in here and show him something that he hasn't seen before. Canelo wins. Unanimous decision. I rest my case.
All right, it's on you, Coach. You got 5 minutes to offer up your rebuttal.
Well, he said that it's the big stage, right? The big stage is the problem. You don't know how he's going to react on a big stage. You're talking about the youngest world champion of all times at 168 pounds. That's who you're talking about. And also, I don't think Dimitri Bivol had a fight of that magnitude either. But he went up in there and destroyed Canelo Alvarez. I mean, literally beat the snot out of him. So that little notion, you got to have, you see, there's always champions like that say that. Everybody thought Floyd Mayweather, when he fought Gennaro Hernandez, well, he's never been on that stage before. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? He whooped the shit out of Gennaro Hernandez. That means nothing. A fighter needs an opportunity to show that he is ready for that stage. So now let's get back to it. He said that Canelo Alvarez is going to counter. David Benavidez got knocked down in the fight. Yeah, he put his feet together and got knocked down. But as I recall, Canelo's never been on the floor before. That's true. That is absolutely true. But we also saw Matthew Hatton, Ricky Hatton's brother, rock Canelo and had him running to the side in the ring. So, and then you want to bring up his punch output. We just saw it. We just looked at it. We just saw him tire. We just saw him get on the ropes. We just saw a high volume puncher like Bivol. If Triple G had power, high output, Canelo might have lost that fight that night. You had Dimitri Bivol who beat on him on the ropes all night, and he kept trying to call him in. Bivol said, "Nah, I'm just gonna stay right here and continue to hit you from the outside and control the distance because I know you're an Eddie Reynoso fighter." Well, that's what's gonna happen. A guy who's taller than Dimitri Bivol punches harder than Dimitri Bivol, just as strong as Dimitri Bivol, and faster hands than Dimitri Bivol, who's a high volume puncher, and we see that Canelo Alvarez gets in the high guard and try to move his upper body to miss shots. Well, he's not going to be able to come up for air. That's going to be the problem. There's no pausing. There's no hesitation. Dimitri Bivol let him off the ropes. David Benavidez is not going to let him off the ropes. He get in the high guard and get tired and get on the ropes. He's going to get punished. He's not going to stop throwing punches. He's going to continue to punch until Canelo Alvarez can't do anything. This is what's going to happen. And you talk about he's going to counterpunch him. How you going to counterpunch somebody who's 6'2" and got good range? How you going to do that when his arms are extremely much longer than yours? How? If you control the distance, how? There's no way he's gonna hit David Benavidez and counter him and all of this. The amount of punches you don't have time to counter with that speed and power. You don't have time to counter. You better get your head out the way like he know how to do. He move his upper body real good and all of this and all of this and all under and all of that. He's not gonna be able to breathe. He's not gonna stop punching on him. It's not gonna happen. He's going to continue to punch until Canelo try to throw something back. He'll block it or whatever, but he's going to continue to punch. And that's going to be the problem of Canelo Alvarez. We just saw him gas in the last two fights. We just saw it. You gas with David Benavidez, he's going to continue to punch on you until the referee stop the fight. That's it. I'm done.
It's on you, Jay. You got 5 minutes, brother.
So Canelo, he's gonna get Canelo on the ropes. Canelo not gonna be able to breathe. All this stuff. He ain't gonna let him off the ropes. Well, I recall in his last title fight against Anthony Dirrell seemed like he had quite a bit of success breathing off the ropes. I saw him give him a lot of trouble. He landed a lot of shots on David Benavidez. David Benavidez couldn't keep him pinned against the ropes, but he's gonna keep Canelo pinned there. Okay, cool. And that's an Anthony Dirrell that was honestly past his prime, if we're being completely honest. So that fight got stopped because of the cut over the eye. So cool, he got that stoppage. All right, but I saw a lot of points where Anthony Dirrell was able to breathe in that fight. If he was this monster where he was gonna keep Canelo up against the ropes and he ain't gonna be able to breathe and he ain't gonna stop punching. Damn, it seemed like it would have been real easy to do that in the second Ronald Graville fight. You had already seen the man for 12 rounds. But did he do that? No, he didn't. He stayed outside. He threw a jab here and there. He was content with circling the ring on the outside and winning the UD that way. All right, cool. That's what it is. You said my point. Okay, and let me be clear. My point in the first round was not he's not been on this stage before. My point was the level of opposition that he's doing all these great things against. They're not Canelo, bro. The threat is not the same. I can go in here and roll over a Walmart bagger if I'd have been fighting for motherfucking 5 years and he ain't been fighting. I can go roll over this guy because he serves no threat. But if you've been fighting for 20 years and you get in the ring, I'm not gonna have that same game plan because I know you know something that this other guy don't know. So he gonna keep Canelo pinned down, but he couldn't keep Ronald Graville in either fight pinned down. He couldn't keep him pinned down in either one of those fights. He couldn't keep Anthony Dirrell pinned down against the rope. It took the doctor stoppage for that to work. Okay. You said he the youngest world champion, but who did he beat to win that world title, right? You just a couple rounds ago said Canelo won his first title against Matthew Hatton. So who you beat clearly matters because you used Matthew Hatton for Canelo's first world title. You used that against him. So David Benavidez being the youngest world champion ever, why does that matter? What does that have to do with anything? Because you just told me that Canelo's first world title didn't really matter because he beat Matthew Hatton. So you're using the eye test. You're using the eye test, and you didn't rebut really anything about the Triple G, which you said, well, you did say that he might have lost the third fight to Triple G if Triple G threw more punches. But I gave you the punch stats from the first two fights in which Triple G threw more punches, and he still hasn't yet to beat Canelo. So throwing punches is not the answer. Y'all keep trying to say, "Oh, throw punches. You got to throw more punches. You got to throw more punches." We just seen we seen Triple G try that twice, and he lost. Well, he got a draw. He ain't beat him. He hasn't beaten him. So he lost one, got a draw in another one. So what are we talking about? We're using the eye test against guys who are not A-level fighters against a guy who is an A-level fighter. I don't understand. It's not happening, Coach. It ain't happening. I'm sorry to tell you. I like the guy. You know what I'm saying? But fact of the matter is his level of competition and what he's doing to that competition does not warrant me to make the case that he's going to do that to Canelo. Sorry, I rest my rebuttal.
Already. That is it. Let me get some hand clap emojis in the chat for these two great brothers. Give me some hand clap emojis in the damn chat for these two great brothers for putting on a great performance. Let me catch this super chat. Then we'll go to the judges and we will do the bonus round. We got Cedric Smith, $5 in super chat. He say, Jose Cotto dropped Canelo, but they didn't count it. The rope stopped him from going out the ring. Already. Appreciate the love, Cedric. All right, it's on you first this time, Kwame, who you get a third round to, man?
Can you hear me? I'm off mute.
I can hear you, bro.
Okay. Yep. Man, I feel bad because the rounds are so good. They're really good rounds, and the information I'm getting is great. But I think Coach just came with more ammo, and for me, he kind of came out the gate guns blazing. And this part was never answered. He said, "So what have you done for me lately, sport?" And he mentioned the two fights that Canelo Alvarez fought, how they turned out, and the big thing for me was really not just that he lost, but he matched up the size of Benavidez and the punch output of Bivol, and we saw what that did. So not only did he bring up those fights, but he also made great comparisons where it was very easy to see what he was trying to describe. And then with the Triple G fight as well, Canelo Alvarez, Triple G was a shell of himself, and Canelo Alvarez, even though he won the fight, he didn't look the way he looked like in the second fight. And that in itself, with a younger fighter and a guy who doesn't give other fighters rematches, I just believe that, Coach made better points, and I had to get around the Coach.
Ricky, who you got?
I gave Jay that round for the simple fact Coach was using triangle theories, and those don't work in boxing, bro. You can't say them fighters gonna work a certain way because what's the name beat him. It don't go like that, right? I want to shout out Jay for the point he made with the experience that's very big. And again, the competition levels, no matter what y'all say, yeah, David is this and that, but the people he been fighting ain't nowhere near Canelo's stature, level, experience in the ring. So again, triangle theories don't work. Jay made a lot of great points. Coach made a lot of great points, but Jay was more on point. I get that round to Jay.
I had it very close as well, and Ricky, you all up in my brain or something, or great minds think alike. The thing that stuck out to me that made me edge it towards Jay was the level of opposition that he spoke on. That, hey, Dave Benavidez is looking good, bro. He looked great. He about to do his goddamn thing, but he ain't never fought nobody as good as Canelo. Then the other thing that I like that he said is that everything that we basing off of Dave Benavidez has been the eye test against the level of competition. But what swayed it even more, because I was giving it to Coach, but then right at the tail end of that shit, when Jay Chestnut about it, like, look, bro, you talking about how Canelo first championship was against Matthew Haddon and shit, and how he ain't never fought nobody and this and that. Well, all of the stuff you basing off of and what he did to Grable, he wasn't able to pin Grable down and shit. Grable was his first championship, so I thought that was cool. And then I also thought the Anthony Durrell point was a very good point that Jay made. He said Anthony Durrell gave Benavidez trouble, and Anthony Durrell was clearly past his prime. Anthony Durrell was able to do stuff off the ropes. He was able to counter some. And so, although, and I tell everybody, I think David Benavidez wins the fight. I think Dave Benavidez beat the shit out of Canelo right now. But if I'm just listening to the argument I got to edge that to Jay because of the experience points that he brought up. I got to edge it to him because he brought up the level of opposition. And I got to edge it to him because he painted a good picture with the Anthony Durrell and the Haddon points. But Coach painted a lot of good pictures too about how David can control the distance. How if Haddon rock Canelo, why won't David be able to rock Canelo? What we just saw.
I'm sorry, knockout. And David don't control distance, bro. David like to fight up close, man. He always trying to close distance to get so he can get his shit off, bro. Like he do fight in a straight line. That's the one thing I love about Dave, man. He got some of the straightest punching in boxing, but he don't really fight you at distance, bro. He's a come forward fighter. He try to get close to you to get you out of there. So that's one thing I meant to say. My apologies.
No, you good, bro. And then Canelo, he said, Coach brought up the good point that it's gonna be hard for Canelo to counter David Benavidez because David Benavidez is so long, and the Canelo gas tank shit. I thought that was off the hook as well because Canelo gas tank it ain't been looking good lately, bro. And if he get tired against David, he will lose. But I think Canelo has just enough experience, just enough level of opposition to where I thought Jay Chestnut won the argument just a little bit, just good enough to eke out the third round, man. And so there you have it. The debate is over. The competitive part, anyway. Coach with another victory, 2-1. Jay Chestnut first.
You broke up. What you say?
I said Coach with another victory, 2-1. Jay Chestnut suffers his first L in the debate arena. But let's get to the bonus round. And Ricky, I know you got to go soon for the fighter ratings, and everybody need to get over there when you get ready. You doing them tonight, right? Okay, yeah. So we got. Let's get the bonus round going. I need everybody to go over to Ricky for the fighter ratings that he got going on tonight. But let's do the bonus round. Very simple bonus round. I need my brothers, Jay Chestnut and Coach from Glove Up Boxing and more. I got a question for you. Tell me how the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year. We're going to go to Jay Chestnut.
Doing that, boy.
Jay Chestnut, tell us why the Cowboys going to win the Super Bowl.
He win this round because I'm not doing it.
I mean, so that's gonna be tough. I think it comes down to two things for Dallas. If we really look at the structure of their team, they can't beat a team over the top outside the numbers. So they're only gonna go as far as the running game and the defense is gonna take them. If that defense continues to be a top 10-ish defense that we've seen in the past, that you can have a really good defense that'll carry a so-so offense. You know, we saw it with the 2002 Bucks. We saw it with the 2000 Ravens, you know what I'm saying? We saw it with the whatever that Von Miller defense was with Denver. I forgot what year 2015, I believe that was. 2015 Denver. So a great defense can carry a so-so offense. So, I mean, that's the best chance they got. But if they suffer any kind of injuries and it won't even matter who the quarterback is. If that defense continues playing like that, that'll keep them in enough games. And as long as you got a quarterback that can make enough plays down the stretch in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, you'll be all right. But that's the only way I see it.
All right, Coach.
Boy, he could have this round. I'm not doing that shit, bro. I'm not doing that.
Can I get my 50 push-up?
Not right now. You can't. You see, my wife owe you push-ups. I don't owe you shit. I'm gonna give them to you though. I'm gonna give them to you. I ain't got no.
Y'all see this man don't want to pay me my bake or my Cowboys.
I'm gonna do the push
shine on their ass, man. All right, bro. Look, man. Let's get last words.
Man, I'm not going. Well, you know they might shoot me out here behind that, boy.
Hey, I was gonna play it for him too. I was gonna ride through the city playing just to, you picking the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. But Coach is a true Saints fan. Look, man, Kwame, man, give your last words. Let everybody know where to find you at, man. And everybody, I'm putting Ricky Williams. He got fighter ratings tonight, man. Y'all got to go check that out, bro. I'm putting his link in the chat too, so everybody go over there and show him some love when he gets ready to. He's getting ready to go live right now, bro, and do his fighter ratings. But go ahead, Kwame. Let everybody know where to find you at, man.
Yeah, salute to the channel. Salute to the chat, and I said to the channel, I meant to the panel, and salute to the chat, of course. Yeah, you guys can find me at Love to the Game Boxing on YouTube. I'm gonna be doing some more live streams with the Spence and Terrence Crawford fight coming up. I'm a big Spence and Crawford fight fan, and you'll get some unbiased opinions on there, and people can come on there and also debate that. These two guys did a great job in debating. This this series is a really great series. You're doing a great job with it, Knockout. You're getting quality contestants to come up here, and people come prepared. And they do their thing, and it's an honor just to be a part of it. So, salute to both contestants, and salute to you, Knockout.
Salute to you too, bro. Y'all go subscribe to Lord to the Game Boxing Talk. His link is in the description. Y'all go show him some love. If we want people to come up here and participate, we got to subscribe to that channel. So y'all go check him out. Kwame, I appreciate you as always, bro. And I'm putting him on the spot right now because I ain't even talked to him about this. I am gonna have him back on the debate stage in October.
Okay.
On for him in October, and he gonna get in here and he gonna get it in again. But I appreciate you, bro. I'll holler at you.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, Jay. You still feeling good? This is your opportunity, you know, just like we do every time we get ready to end the show. If there's anybody you want to call out, if there's anybody that you want to debate on the topic, now is the time to do it. If not, you can just give your last words, but this will be the time in case you want to call out your next person and bring somebody to the stage and call them to the carpet, man.
I mean, you know, like coming off a loss is a little different than coming off a win for sure, man. Like, you know, I'm gonna do what a champion do, man. I'm gonna call out the one that gave me my first L. So I definitely want to debate coach again for sure. I think for sure for me, it was like I felt like, and this is just me, no shade at the judges, nothing like that. I think I was fighting just preconceived notions about Canelo, you know what I'm saying? And like Ricky even kind of said it after. Hold on, wait. And Ricky even kind of said it after the second round. He said I was supposed to poke holes in what, you know what I'm saying, in the notion of what he already saw Canelo move. So you know what I'm saying, like I don't know. I kind of took that as like, you know, I came in here with a set mindset and I had to kind of you know what I'm saying, convince him otherwise of that, but you know, it's all good, man. Like it's, you know, no slight, no.
In the chat.
Nah, bro, I feel what you're saying. I'm gonna keep it real with you though. Like, you lost the first 2 rounds in my opinion, bro. Like I don't hate Canelo, none of that shit, bro. The first 2 rounds were very close. I just think he edged you, and I gave you the 3rd round. And you won the 3rd round, which I thought was an uphill battle too. But you said some stuff there, and I don't even think Canelo can beat David Benavidez. But I think when Ricky said that in the 2nd round, like saying that or not, bro, it's just that again, like them PEDs, bro. When it's something that big, that's like cheating in the sport of boxing or any sport, bro. When you don't even address it, it's kind of hard to give you that round because that was like a bomb, bro, like a bomb getting dropped.
Right. Now I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing you can. It's really hard.
What was the chat vote, bro? What was the chat vote?
It was close, bro. They like coach won round 1, like 64% to 36%. Round 2 was like 56 to 44 in favor of coach, and round 3 was like 58 to 42 in favor of coach. So like for Canelo, they was being, you know. They was being fair, and Ricky just said it's your job to change my bias. So,
right, yeah, exactly.
He's telling you right now, but bro,
hey, bro, how much you weigh, bro?
And
how much you weigh?
Who, me right now?
Yeah.
I walk around at 175.
Yeah, stay in the lightweight division, bro.
Hey. I tip my cap
down to your division, bro.
He said,
"Hey man, I tip my cap to you, bro."
He said he coming back for you.
It's all love, bro. It's all in fun, bro.
Nah, this was a good debate. Jay Chestnut did his thing, but Jay, man, you know I'm gonna hit you up, bro. I got your behind the scenes info. So, what I want to do, bro, is I'm gonna reach out to you to see when you can judge, man. I want to have you do some different things. So whenever you free, I got some open slots next week, man. So I'll hit you up though, man. But thanks.
Okay, just let me know, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for participating and thanks for being a good sport, bro. And you did your thing, man. You held it down, bro. So you did your goddamn thing. So keep doing it, bro. And I hope you keep coming up here and shit. If you got time, you might want to think about. I told D Free this boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman when I met him, bro. You know your shit. So if you ever have time, man, we can never have too many content creators, man. You might want to think about start dropping some videos here and there, man, because we'll support you over here, bro. But good shit, man, and I'll catch you next time, man.
All right, thank you, bro. Salute, coach.
Take care, bro. Take care.
Dundada, you can judge a debate as soon as you participate in one. I'll let you, Dundada, I'll let you run my show one day. You can be the moderator, Dundada, and you can judge. You can do whatever you want to do, Dundada. All you gotta do is participate in one debate first, bro. That's all you gotta do. If you participate in the debate first, I'll let you pick what debate you want to moderate. I'll let you pick what debate you want to judge, and then you can do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to see you debate Zenith 360, cause y'all be going back and forth like a mug, bro. So that's all you gotta do. But coach, man, go ahead and give your last words, man. Let everybody know where to find you. You got your another W under your belt tonight, man, and you did your thing, man.
Glove Up Boxing and more, man. Y'all know where to find me. Y'all come on through, especially on Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central, man. We we get off of boxing and talk about life. So me and the queen. I saw somebody in the chat, bro. They hitting on my wife, dog. God,
for real?
Yeah.
Did y'all not see her name?
He said, Miss Coach, you fine as hell. You fine as fuck. Some shit like that.
You don't see her name, bro?
Anyway, bro, I had a great time, bro. It was a good debate, huh? Would you say knockout?
I'm like, that's crazy. Like, if you see Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV come through this whole, leave her alone. I'm telling you right now. Shit, boy. Nah, go ahead, coach.
Man, I appreciate you having me on, bro. As usual, my brother. I just had to come in and show him he got to stay down there and fuck with the light heavyweight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was all in fun, man. I appreciate him coming through, bro. I appreciate Jay Chestnut, man. He put up a hell of a debate, bro. It's just, we just used to this shit, man. We got a little more experience, like you said. David Benavidez don't have experience. We got a little more experience. That's all.
You seem like you wanted that 3-0. You like, I won that goddamn round. I don't know what they talking about, right?
Nah.
But great job, man. You did your thing, man. I appreciate you coming through. And anybody want smoke a coach? I'll let me know. He does. He turns down no fades. He turns down no phase. He would debate anyone. And then Ricky, I got his link in the chat, but Ricky is about to do his fighter rating show. So man, everybody go over there.
You got my
Ricky.
link.
Yeah, give me your link is in the description. Coach's link is in the description of this live stream. Go subscribe to his channel. Ricky Williams' link is in the description of this live stream. Go subscribe to his channel. As is my brother Loyal to the Game, Boxing Talk Kwame. Go sub up to all these brothers. And Ricky Williams, check him out tonight. He got a fighter rating show where they break down all the attributes of a fighter. I believe they're doing Anthony Joshua tonight. That show is fire. That show is lit. That's one y'all won't want to miss. So please, everybody go over there and support our brother Ricky Williams Boxing. As far as me, man, I'm back in the stage next week. I'm back in the stage 2 times. I'm going up against Lost Art of Boxing. He in the building, the lab, Q the God. I'll be going up against him next Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going on behalf of my boy Jesse Bam Rodriguez. He gonna be arguing for Monster anyway. And then on Thursday night, I'm going against my brother King David from Boxer Die. We doing the Demetrius Andrade Janabek debate. I'm doing my picks first, just like I did today, and then right after my picks around 8:30, we'll start the debate. So it's gonna be lit next week too. So y'all be sure to tune in, man. Still looking for judges, still looking for debaters. Anybody want to participate? Knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email. Coach,
man,
I appreciate
asked me to judge yet, man. What's going on, bro?
Man, I'll get you up here. You a debater though, man, and you can only judge on Thursdays. So it's kind of, but I figured out I get you up there, man. But I love to have you on the stage, man. I love to have you on the stage. But you're a judge. I'll call you. I'll text you. See when you're free and stuff. But everybody, y'all enjoy y'all night, man. And Coach, I appreciate you, man. I'll catch everybody next time, bro.
Peace out, brothers.
Peace. St. Louis Mix, you already know how I'm coming, bro. You already know how I'm coming, man. Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. I do this. Thank Father say, send the contract. I do this, bro. I do this, but y'all enjoy, man. Watch boxing tomorrow. Watch boxing Saturday. If you didn't catch the picks, go back and catch the picks that we made, because you see this right here. This shit is real. That prediction record right there is real. So, Bole, I hope he okay, Rick. I was supposed to have an Andrade debate weeks ago, bro. I hope Bole is okay. much love to him. It ain't like him. I ain't seen him in no chats. I ain't seen him nowhere, bro. So I just hope he okay. I hope he in good spirits and good health and all that shit. But yeah, so I'm doing that debate that we were supposed to do weeks ago, man, because I want to keep this stuff going, keep it moving forward. But y'all enjoy y'all night, man. I'll catch y'all next time. Go check out Ricky Williams Fighter Rating Show right now. He about to be live right now, so y'all go check him out. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.